up all the luck.
Yeah.
That's true.
That's why Chase always has rerolls, but none of us do.
But
with his
stealth. Yeah, but unlike with Dolkin on the boat, I would require you to be here, Brandon, when you couldn't be here. This is a session that Chase can miss. Because you got to be there for combat.
The library.
Yeah,
and libraries are stinky.
We'll just say,
there are many libraries.
Vashana and Angelina found a nice, comfy bed, and Hank is just dead asleep. He physically can't wake up. Comatose.
Who's going first? Who's going first?
I already have inspiration, so I feel like if I use it, I'll take up all the luck. So I'll let someone else go.
All right.
I also have an inspiration, though.
All right, Matt.
Matt.
Okay.
Looks like
do you have an inspiration?
I do not have an inspiration.
Oh, there you go.
Well, see, he gets all the luck.
Yeah, get all the luck, Matt.
I just have sorcery points. I don't really need it, but
which is just your inspiration point, but only for ability checks.
Yeah.
All right. So, do you want me to roll and then you guess the number, or do you want to guess the number and then I roll?
You know what? Hang on. I'm just gonna do a quick little bit of math here.
Yeah, gotta rely on math. While you do that, I'm gonna eat my cake.
Oh, fine.
Cake and eat it too.
What kind of cake?
I don't know.
Answer the damn question.
It's got a banana smell to it, and that's all I can really tell you about it.
That's concerning.
But it's very tasty.
That's the first step to know that there's cyanide poisoning, Isaiah, if it smells like banana. I mean, we all know this. It's actually if it smells like almonds, which is weird because I don't know if I've ever smelled an almond and been like, this has a particularly strong smell.
You just hear a disconnect sound. It's like Isaiah. Isaiah.
Oh shit.
Oh no. So where's that math, Matt?
Okay. I need a little bit of input from one of you two.
Yeah, what's up?
Pick a number between 1 and 3. A whole number.
1 and 3? Well, she already guessed it, so...
2? It's number 2? Alright. It is 17, Isaiah.
17? Alright.
17.
If you're that confident, we'll roll and see if you get 17.
Well...
You have a second guess, just in case you were wrong.
You take Chase's guess.
I have a second and a third guess, actually.
Okay, give me your third guess.
Third guess was 68.
Okay. What about your second guess?
40.
All right. What about your fifth guess?
what about your sixth guess?
Oh, okay. Hang on. Sixth guess. Okay, let's see. Sixth guess. 66.
Wow, all those answers couldn't be farther away from what it actually is. You know what? It's also more impressive how you got between it, but not close enough to it.
Wow.
It was 52.
Oh.
So, you were wrong on all spectrums.
I mean, but that is lucky. That's, the luck required in that for him to have 4 guesses and get it wrong every time when he had a maximum and minimum of up.
That's arguably more lucky.
You got that you got that Nagito luck.
It was guess number 10. It was guess
Oh, that was that. I mean, it always is.
You always got to go with the lucky number 10.
Yeah. Unfortunately.
All right. So we go next.
I'll go next. I could potentially get an inspiration.
All right. Do you want to go first, or do you want me to roll first and then you guess, or do you want to guess and then I roll?
Here, we'll use the this would be I'm gonna say just roll it twice, and it'll be my guess for me and Ma. So you just roll 2 of them.
All right, let me pull a second pair of dice.
Yeah. Ma's, I 100% already know the answer because it came to me in a dream.
Mm-hmm.
The answer was 34, and my guess is 79.
Alrighty, 34 and 79.
Well, how?
33.
God damn, so fucking good! Ah! And what about and I don't need the other one, but
really fucking close. Well, the other one was wrong. It was 15.
Ah, shit. Okay, I told you it came to me in a dream.
You used that luck on Ma right there, but that was close.
It came to me in a dream.
There's some Mogget's inspiration for that one. But now it's your turn, Crystal. Maybe you have a chance to get two.
I mean, if I couldn't do it, it's impossible.
All right, so what do you want me to do, Crystal? You want me to throw and then you guess, or you want to guess and I throw?
I'm gonna guess it first.
Okay.
You know, I was thinking this number in my head, and then my eyes slid over to the bottom of my screen, where I see that it is 88 degrees outside.
Ooh.
And that was indeed the number that I was thinking in my head. And because my computer is telling me 88, it's staring me in the face. I feel that this will be an 88.
88? Oh my god, you're so confident. All right, well, I'm gonna roll the one that determines the right number, and then the one that determines the left number. So then we'll see. Can we get an 8? Okay, no, it landed on a 3.
That's fine.
So,
Should be in the ballpark.
You know, 3 is just half of an 8. If you mirror it, you get an 8.
You're right.
You just cut the 8 in half, and you're good.
Yeah.
We get 80. Wait, 83.
Hey!
Wait, you're telling me I should have just gone with the number on my computer, and I would have been fine?
Yeah.
What's the number? What's the number on your computer? And then I'll throw the dice.
45.
No.
Oh.
It was 16.
Ah, shit.
Now, my initial throw, though, was 52. That would have been fine.
Yeah, I mean,
you would have gotten it.
You would have gotten it, man, if you just listened to what the computer had to say.
Yeah, you know, technology, it's never steered me wrong.
Your computer can literally calculate all possibilities, and although you could do that, you don't have the time, like in your life, but your computer does.
We also, I think Angelina still doesn't have any inspiration. Yeah, she's still down. So you know, we gotta guess for your girl. You know,
She needs to feel inspired.
Oh, okay.
But you know what? You know what? I don't like the 30s anymore. So we're going away from the 30s.
Oh, this is gonna be the one time you roll in the 30s.
And yeah, my number always is, which is what Bray guessed, 34, which is always what I guess for Angelina. I'm gonna not say 34, and then it's gonna show. You know what? No, that's stupid. No, like when you go and play blackjack. You always gotta fucking guess the one thing you're always good at. When you spin the roulette wheel, you stick with something, and when you land on it's big, 34.
Oh god, no.
Spin the wheel!
It spun a little too hard. I'd say you gotta.
No, hold on. We can double down on this. 34 right here.
Oh.
Shit!
Oh wow.
Spin the wheel!
One end to the other.
You want to say 3 times the charm.
This is true. Oh no!
Shit.
Wow, it's just nowhere near. It's staying as far away from 30 as possible.
But 4th time's the omen.
Speed!
Oh no!
Shit! Oh,
Don't worry.
Angelina's not lucky.
No.
She's not having a good day.
Hey.
But you know what?
Roll 100.
Yeah.
You just rolled 100.
Yep.
You didn't even roll a D100. You just rolled a 100.
I wanted to get it as far away from 30 as possible.
But wait. But what if I roll for the prince and I get like fucking I don't know, like I'll get fucking 65. No.
Didn't even click it. Oh! You should stay with the original guess. Isaiah. Come on.
Stay with 34. That's what you get.
Oh no. Oh jeez. Oh jeez. Oh.
Okay, well, I'm gonna go pee.
Shut up,
You can,
Cookie.
well, you like start maybe. I don't know.
Oh. I don't know what you said. It's too quiet.
Oh shit. I was preparing for all the other stuff. I forgot to write a fucking intro for this.
Oh.
Whoops.
It's fine. You could just
Oops.
It's fine. You could just wing it right off the top.
Yeah, we'll just wing it. It's fine.
You can do it,
fine.
right?
Oh, shut up, Kokichi, get out of my brain.
Who?
All right.
It's Kokichi.
We're playing Danganronpa.
Oh.
Kokichi's a little fucking gremlin in that game. Right.
Is that the name of? I was gonna say, is that the name of the bear? But no, that's nothing to do with the
No,
bear.
no, that's
bear.
Monokuma.
Yeah, Monokuma.
That's Monokuma! Alrighty. Anyways. So, when last we left our wanderers, the party, after dealing with with the problem, quote unquote, back in Salt Ridge with a disappearing woman, decided to finally get on their way and started riding down to Thalios, passing through the lush wilderness and beautiful landscape and scenery before getting to the northwestern settlement on the outskirts of the outer wall of the city. Upon arriving, they noticed a small gathering of people in front of a house on the corner of the main road, and in investigating learned that weird disappearances of just males have been found within this particular settlement of the city. And in prying for information from both people and the guards, found out that there has actually been a killings that have been taken place, at least one so far. And in investigating the house where the two guards that they had met up with had investigated around, found that a young man had been killed while in his bed, and had confirmed the identity of the perpetrator was a woman who left the scene of the crime a little too bubbly with confirmation from Eslar asking some plants before disappearing out of nowhere. Without a trace of a lead or clue as to what is particularly happening here, the group decided to split off for the time being, with Estelar, Dolkin, and retroactively Hank sticking behind in the northeastern settlements, while Conrad took Angelina and Vishana to go meet with the Drow matriarch and also Vishana's mother to talk about the problems that are arising. And we will start with just that. So, let's see. I should have some better music.
So you said Hank stayed with us, right?
Yeah,
just making sure.
Retroactively, so he's just in one space.
Mm-hmm. Keep him locked in the room. Don't worry, he's an animal.
You don't want to just dump him at the library and then start him there next time?
That is where That is where he wants to go.
No.
Of course, he wants to go to the library and do research.
Did you not believe him when he said that?
Oh no, not at all.
Yeah, he wants to do. Yeah, I want to go do research at the library. It's like, oh, so what are you looking for? Where are the nudie magazines? It's like, one of these guys.
It's research.
It's
I need it for the lore.
So, we will start with you, Vishana, as you are inside of the cart with the prince and Angelina.
Alrighty.
As you are riding up to the gates. And come up to the large gate with the iron barrings to put in front, lift it up. Very wide, very spacious, kind of like the gate back at Nazril, with just some minor guards just keeping watch outside, seeing your cart approach. Obviously, you are asked to stop, and there's a rather meager search done throughout through the cart with very little issue and very little problem. It seems to be a routine thing that happens, and unlike with Nazril and how they were very on high security looking at everything, these guys seem to just be just common guards who just seem to be going through the rigmarole. Just it's like another cart. All right. How many people we got in here? All right, keep tabs on you. Just don't do anything stupid. Welcome in.
Just give it the once over with the water. Just
Hey, once over the wand, huh? I'm getting Eldritch Abomination vibes. That must be nothing.
Yeah.
Move along.
But sorry, I was taking a sip of water too while I was doing that. But you do pass through without problems, and then you come through to the other side of the wall, which does take a good about a good minute to get from one end of the entrance to the other, with a long tunnel through this wall that you know is quite spacious, as that's quite wide as it is tall, and a pop up on the other side of the wall where you are immediately hit by the recognition of home, where you see a massive cityscape ahead of you. Just the slight incline and elevation to different higher points from one end, from the outer wall of the city, just leading up to the center, where you can see the council building walled off by itself, elevated slightly higher up than most of the other city to look down upon. And you can see through the streets, pure white cobblestone streets, buildings of all different types all over the place. The town as well, or the city as well, just lush with greenery and forest that you know is due to the laws that have been implemented by the Wood Elf matriarch. To keep a good natural look to the city as well. And lots of people are going through the streets, doing business. Some closing as it is getting a little bit later into the day. This point would be around 6, almost 7 o'clock. It's still light, but it is getting close to around dusk now.
Course.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So while you guys are moving down, nothing seems to be an issue or catch your eye. Everyone seems to be going in and out much more than last time, because there's a little bit of an increase in fey creatures as well. Than last time. You do see quite a few more of those herringuns, centaurs, fairies, more Eladrin as well, as you know that Eladrin are more of the Fey associated elves. Seems to be not much, but a noticeable increase as to, you might see one of these more Fey creatures, aside from centaurs and satyrs, every every other week, maybe. But now it seems, okay, there's at least, one or two that you're spotting easily now.
Just every so often, an elf with just bright pink hair.
Yep. So, I suppose we should head all the way to the council center, first and foremost.
Yes, please. As quickly as possible.
Yes, it would be good. Better to meet with your mother as we can, and if possible, meet with the other matriarch members as well. This would be a concern for not just your mother to speak about, but the others as well. I will save you. I will save you from that boredom of that. They would.
No, it's quite all right. I've sat in on many a meeting of the matriarchy.
Well, I'll just say that as I'm not sure whether, despite how knowledgeable you are of the current situation, from what I've heard of your mother, it could be possible that, as nobility and leaders of different capitals, there could be a chance where it might be sanctioned off and privated.
I think, with the fact of it being that I am so directly involved, I think Mother will allow it. I don't know.
That's just.
We'll have to.
Well, we'll meet with your mother first. That will be the most prompt thing to do, and then we'll go from there.
Of course.
Do you have any way to maybe get quick notification to your mother? Now that we're actually here, maybe she knows that we're coming ahead of time. We do not have to wait at the council. No, we do not have to wait outside of the council walls before we get in.
I don't have that kind of magic, but I think if we find one of the higher gods, we should be able to find someone who could cast sending or message to her.
All right, then first stop to a guard station, I suppose.
Otherwise, the only other option would be to potentially go to the college. Most people there know Mother.
Colleges?
It would be far out of our way. It'd be much faster to find a god.
Yeah, the colleges are on the let's see. The colleges are on the if I can remember the words.
The spires, yeah.
Yeah, the colleges are the spires that make up the. I don't remember the word that I use, but I'm dumb and I can't remember words, and I don't like words.
Well, the word you used last time was pyre, so.
That's was because I was thinking. All right, they're not okay. Because I was thinking the way they're positioned
Mm-hmm.
is that they are on the ordinal directions of the city, like how cardinal is northeast southwest. The ordinal is northwest northeast, and all that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So while you did come in from the northeast gate, you were also still quite a ways from the actual academy.
Oh yeah.
And it's while it would be relatively closer. It's a really big city.
Yeah, and it's way out of our way to go that way.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
that's literally why I said it'd be out of our way. So.
yeah, and that is also, in case you're wondering, that would not be the Blue Serpent Academy.
Yep. No, the Blue Serpent.
That-
You said I think was in the southwest.
Southwest. Yep. Abjure. Yep. That is the Abjuration School. The one actually is the Enchantment School.
Yeah.
Which if you want to remember its name, I can give you a history check with advantage. It's nothing. It's really not nothing, but.
Oh, yes, oh, what, 13.
That's oddly enough, it's called the Beguiling Harpy Academy for the Enchantment
Beguiling
School.
Harpy.
Yeah. And it's I'll give you the names of all the colleges. The divination is called the All-Seers Academy, obviously. And the Illusion Academy is called the Hidden Veil Academy. And if you want where they are, the Blue Serpent is southwest, Illusion is the southeast, the Enchantment is the northeast, which is where you guys are, and Divination is the northwest.
Well, what? One more time for me for the directions.
Southwest, Abjuration, which is the Blue Serpents. Southeast is Illusion, which is the Hidden Veil. Northeast is the Enchantment, which is the Beguiling Harpy Academy. And northwest is the Divination, which is the All-Seers Academy.
Okay. Wonderful.
Yep.
Thank you.
Yep. So, first, you know what? Make me a perception check to see if you can spot out a guard post. 'Cause that'd be fun.
Hey, do it. 19.
Oh my god, you find one!
Oh fuck, I did it.
Yeah, you did it. Yeah. You know this city, not quite like the back of your hand, but you know at least where a lot of the major areas are. At least enough.
The city like the back of my hand. Wait, that's new.
At least the major parts as to, not get lost when you're in different parts of the city.
Mm-hmm.
And do know where most of the guard stations are located. The main one is a little farther closer into the actual city.
Mm-hmm.
And you do eventually all stop as you see just a couple of guards mingling around outside of a 2-story building. Looks fairly busy. People seem to be keeping their distance away from it, obviously, because who just goes wandering around a police station.
Right.
And looks like just like a couple of guards are just milling about. Maybe some of them about to go on a night shift around the city.
Yeah,
As
Vishana,
the
as we get
as the prince does kind of just come to a stop.
yeah, as we get close, Vishana just jumps out of the cart, quick runs over.
Yeah. Prince Conrad does actually also come out of the cart with you, while Angelina stays inside the cart. He's still wearing his casual clothing, not his armor that he has kept in the back. But he does grab his pack with him as well, and kind of just sling it over his shoulder.
Yeah, Vishana's just gonna run up to the closest guard.
Yeah, you just see like a female guard just talking to two other guys, just kind of just shooting the shit a little bit, and seems to be human woman with two half elf guys.
Yeah.
She looks over to you. It's like, oh, can I help you with something?
Hi, yes. I need to get a message to Lady Atu as soon as possible.
Miss Helvetio, you need to speak with the drow matriarch.
Yes, that is my mother.
They just kind of look to each other. She just kind of looks at the guards. Is like, does the drow matriarch as a kid? The other one's like, I didn't know that.
Her adopted daughter, yes.
They just kind of look to each other again, just because this is the joke I'm creating. This is the joke I'm creating. If you couldn't tell.
Yeah. No,
roll persuasion check.
All right, here we go. Persuading Chapa, 13. Oof.
Yeah, they kind of look to you for a second. It's like, I can go grab the captain real quick if you wish.
Yes.
If it's
please.
important, you should bring it up with us first. As the prince comes up behind you as you say that, it's like, we will be needing that post. We will need to be in that post haste. Grab your captain and please send word to Lady Arturo that we require an audience immediately. And he will reach into his bag, and for one, he will pull out his holy symbol of Baldin to him, which you also know is embroidered with the crest of the royal family of Nazril.
Yeah.
And you know what? Let's roll for the guards to see if they're smart enough for that.
Impossible. There's no way. They're dumb.
One of them is dumb.
They're all the way in the lot. They've never been to Naz.
One of them is dumb. Well, the other looks like it's like, what is this guy? And the other's like, yes, of course, Your Highness. As they say, it's like, wait, is this guy royalty? It's like, well, yeah, of course he's royalty. Do you not see the thing he's flashing around? It's like, yes, I'll grab the captain real quick. The woman says as she starts moving aside. It's like, you two just go on your posts already. Just make sure no one's getting stabbed in an alley. As she just smacks them both with like her spear.
Yeah,
it's like.
Vishana seeing this just goes like, damn, I really should get one of Mother's sigils. Would have been a smart idea.
Yeah, if you mentioned it, yeah, it would have been. But
Vishana wouldn't have thought about it, so
Yeah. She does run inside, and about a couple seconds pass before you see a bit of a burlier man, kind of balding, with a big gruff with Viking beard almost, kind of just like comes out and to meet you. She's like, oh, so what's all this I heard about? Yeah, I assume points to you two. Is like, Your Highness and Mrs. As he looks to you.
Lady Vishana killed her adopted daughter of Hatia.
Oh, okay. He nods to you, seeming like the look in his eyes like he believes what you're saying. I rolled a good check for him. Seems to see like you're not lying. Probably no reason. Also, there's a guy, flashing a royal symbol around, so it's like, yes, of course, me lady. What can I do for all of you?
We need to let my mother know that we have returned and the prince needs an audience, both with her and the matriarchy.
Right this instant.
Please.
Yes, it would be good now rather than later. At least it will take us a while before we get there, but if you could send a message to let them know that of our arrival. Unfortunately, if you could give into the details that we had sent letters, but they were intercepted by smugglers overseas, unfortunately. It may be haste, but if you could make that excuse known as well. And it's like, yes, of course you do, and I'm sure the drow matriarch would like to know that her beloved daughter is back as well. Go ahead and start writing a letter and give it to one of the carrier pigeons. It's like, yes, sir, of course. It's like, yes, I'm going to have my associate. She will write out a letter, and that will get sent. Directly to the matriarchs at the council. We have you do know that there is a kind of a carrier pigeon system that does go around. That there are trained birds to go in places. So a letter will be written up probably quickly, and while you guys are on your way there, they'll be notified.
Yeah. Mother doesn't have a carrier pigeon; it's a carrier raven.
yeah. As you say that, you see you see a crow leaving.
Carrier seagull.
There he goes.
It's the strangest thing.
Carrier bloodhawk.
Ooh.
Oh.
Carrier wasp.
No, that's the high elves. the bloodhawk would be the high elves.
Yeah, the high elves have a bloodhawk.
And the guard captain will just stand there. It's like, is there anything else I can help the two of you with? Would you like an escort to the God, I don't know. I'm skipping over my words. Would you like an escort to the council walls? He's like, no. I would prefer that our approach would be and arrival would be discreet. Yes, of course. Well, if there's...
There is one thing I would kindly ask. If you could send a small, either group or at the very least just a few clergymen to the eastern wall. There are reports of necromantic activities going on. We left a few companions there on an investigation into some sort of undead goings-on. And I would like for them to be safe. You do understand.
Another persuasion check.
16.
He's like, he kind of looks to you a little confused at first. He's like, this is the first I'm hearing about any of this around here.
We just conducted the investigation a few hours ago.
Yes, of course. I will give notice to some of the churches around here and have them take a look. The men outside of the walls are also aware of this. Yes.
Yes, we spoke with one of the guard captains there.
Okay, good. I don't need to go knocking heads over there.
No, everything's well taken care of. It's just I wish to move things along a little quicker. You understand?
He kind of like adjusts like the belts of his pants, like pulling it up into his armor. It's like, but they seem to be slacking on getting messages over here.
It was only a few hours ago, so it's literally like you should receive a message any moment now.
Yes. Thank you for this. I will be sure to get some of the churches to maybe send some clerics over to look around.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yes, thank you. You are quite welcome. You two have a safe trip, and I hope everything goes well.
Thank you.
And she gives a quaint curtsy as she turns and heads back to the cart.
Yep. Conrad just kind of gives reaches a hand to shake the guard captain's hand, and then heads back to the horse and carriage and hopping in. Well, convenience. Hopefully the gates will be open for us once we arrive.
They should be.
Alrighty. And he snaps the reins of the horses once more and starts heading forward.
That is, if Mother hasn't forgotten about me again.
Oh, I would hope not. He kind of like says that. It's like, oh wait, you're serious.
Yes, you know, the whole Wild Coast, whatnot.
Right. He's like, I hope she'll like me. You know, Angeli kind of says a little bit,
I
little
think she will.
embarrassed.
I think she will. I do want to warn you ahead of time, though. Don't stare into her eyes. It can be very off-putting.
Why?
She doesn't blink.
you see Conrad just like, there's a second, it's like, as he just shudders. Yep.
You get used to it. Like, I can count on one hand the amount of time she blinked in a month, but you get used to it.
Yep. And as you guys make a bit of a half hour to hour cart drive to get to the council center, we go back very briefly and quickly to Dolkin and Estelar, who are now carrying the cardboard cutout of Hank.
Yeah. I was gonna say it's like as we're waving them off, Dolkin just turns around and he goes, "Oh!" As the cardboard cutout of Hank is sitting there in his standard, like, he's just like has his arms folded pose. Dolkin just picks.
He's flexing. He's flexing.
Yeah, he's
Oh,
flexing.
yeah.
He's flexing at us.
And it has a speech bubble that just says "Honk Stealth" in it, and it's just spelled really weirdly.
Dolkin like,
Don't
wait.
know they don't. Kid, I got him. I'll pick him up and put him under my arm.
I like to imagine there's like a lot of cardboard cutouts of Hank for different situations. And I feel like there's one where Dolkin does something dumb, and then Dolkin grabs a new cardboard cutout with Hank.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Fucking cow!"
You just have a bag of hanking. It's just Hank cut out.
Yeah, just different Hank cutouts, different cardboards. Like there's even one where it's just where it's this exact cutout of him flexing, but one where we drew eyebrows on him to look angry.
And then when he's not angry anymore, we just erase the eyebrows.
Yeah, we take out the pencil and we.
All right.
You said you were gonna hang on to Hank.
He's with us.
Okay.
Hank is with you. Don't
All right.
worry.
Yeah.
He's
Put him
with
in my
you, but
inventory.
he's just with you, but he's mute and emotionless right now.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it.
He's a cardboard.
He goes gambling at the tavern.
Yeah, there you go.
All right, there we go.
He passes out from too much drink.
Yeah, exactly. So it's been a couple minutes since Conrad took Angelina and Vashana to head into the city, as you are in the Northeastern settlements, and it is starting to get a little bit late. People seem to be heading back into their homes, and you can see that they're after you guys mingled around a little bit, talking with Conrad. There does seem to be a couple more guards coming from the direction that they said that the guard outpost out in this area was.
Mm-hmm.
They seem to be passing by into establishments and knocking on doors. You assume with what you remember last session with the guard captain here saying that they would notify the people to not be going out alone at night. As now there's been a fucking murder.
Yeah, and I'm thankful. Dolkin looks very happy that they're getting the word out. And Dolkin, I would like him to look around. Is there any particular buildings of interest besides the Golden Seed or whatever the name was of the bar? Golden Seedling.
Not really.
Sapling.
The golden sapling. Not really. Everything here either seems to be like, just kind of like either like a work from home establishment. Like there's not really like signs or like things pointing like blacksmith, arcane guy, wizard.
There's no real like stores here.
This is a definitely
It's self-sufficient.
Yeah, this is a agricultural kind of self-sufficient settlement. You get, you get big vibes of like the farmlands outside of Nazril.
All
House
right.
is kind of like a big community. The one difference is the Golden Sapling, which is the obvious tavern in the middle of everything.
Well,
Which
even
seems
farmers
to be,
got
like,
a drink.
which seems to be the one actual real business. And with them also so close to, like, you know, the city, you imagine there may not be a need to have, like, too many, like, establishments out here.
Of course, of course.
Yeah.
Well, seeing as there's not much else to do, we're gonna have to get a room for the night. Dolkin will start making his way towards the Golden Sapling.
I'll carry Hank following behind Dolkin.
Don't touch my woman.
Just put him underneath your arm. You know.
Yeah,
Don't
he's under my arm.
Don't touch my woman, as you say, and he goes a limp in your arm and can't move.
And that's when we draw the eyebrows on him.
Akaka used to this.
Drops Hank.
I could really get used to that.
Do it again.
Drop me from higher up. Take me to the top of the roof.
Montrehagar, show me what those arms can do.
But you guys head to the Golden Sapling, and you know what? And we'll change to bar music real quick, cause I can do that. Bar.
There's gambling going on in here.
There we go. Wait. Is that my tavern music? Yeah, that is.
I mean, it sounds tavern.
It does sound tavern-y.
Yeah, but as you come in, it's pretty lively here. With this probably being the really only establishment inside of the inside of this settlement, there's a good number of people here. Probably a lot of what looks to be a lot of farmhands of the various races, just kind of like sitting around, drinking, gambling, gaming with dartboards. And dartboards and cards. There are plenty of people at the bar. Seem to be a few workers of different races as well, kind of like working the bar. But one woman that you can see that is in charge, or at least looks to be, who is manning the bar by herself, is a black woman with kind of and put it like is similar but a little more modest than a barmaid's outfit than you remember like Mahalia wearing back in Nazril.
Oh, we remember.
And yep,
you don't remember.
Well, you don't, but everyone else remembers. She's got an afro of black hair that just kind of sticks up. Very bright, welcoming smile. And has, from where you can see from her, very bright green eyes as well. Very, very pretty lady. And she's getting orders from a lot of people, passing out drinks, and it's very jovial in here.
Dolkin will walk up to the bar. He's interested in this woman's hair, like choice of hairstyle, considering most people that he's seen don't have big poofy hair like his hair could tend to be. So he's gonna walk up like just to one side of the bar where there's like not people like drinking because he doesn't really care for the smell of it, and he'll just like try and wave her down.
Yeah, as you wave, it takes a bit before she gets your nose. Like, 1 second there, honey, I'll be right to you.
Yeah, take your time. And Dolkin will like pull up one of the seats and take a seat.
Yeah, she'll just kind of reach over, like, Mabel, can you get these people right over here? I'm gonna new gentleman over here. And it's like, she'll just kind of saunter over to you, and it's like, well, hi then, welcome. You're a new face around here.
Oh, yeah, me and, Dolkin turns around and looks for Estelar. Is she off gambling?
No, she would have tried to find the guy that we're supposed to meet here.
Oh,
roll perception check.
Alright, let me see if I can find you in this bar of crowded people.
No, Estelar,
I was gonna say.
Perception check.
Woo!
Yeah. 26. You look around the bar and you don't see him here yet. You do remember that he would be here during night, night later in the evening. So you assume maybe about another 2 hours, 3 hours tops. He'd probably be here. As he did also say that he needed to go around and find out who exactly all is missing.
Yeah. So I'll go join Dokin in talking to this lady.
Oh,
yeah.
And this is my friend Estor, and that over there, that's Hank. Say hi, Hank.
Hi there, pretty lady.
Scale.
Hi, the pretty lady. All right, I'm gonna go gambling until the next session now.
Yeah.
It's all your money, Hank.
And then Hank lost all his money.
Hank lost all of his money. He bet it all on 34, and it just never came up. Oh, and so we're new to Thalios, and we was wondering if you had like some rooms to stay. Oh, sorry, I didn't. My name's Dalkin, by the way. He'll hold us down for a handshake.
Yeah, she'll grab your hand, very firm, very soft too, as well. And she kind of like grabs your hand. It's like, nice to meet you there, Dalkin. My name's Nizu. Nice to meet you. And she looks over to you, Estelar.
Nizu. All right.
Nizu.
Nizu
Edzurki. That's my name.
I will shake her hand as well.
She reaches over and again, very firm, but also a very soft handshake as well.
Can we tell it's been moisturized?
Yes.
Oh, good. Thank God.
She's very very soft skin.
Good. Well, besides for if you have room questions, I gotta say, I really appreciate the hairstyle. I haven't seen anybody. Usually my hair gets like that whenever it gets like really like hot around here, and my hair gets a little poofy. I didn't think people actually just did that for fun.
Well, thank you, dear. Well, this is unfortunately a little bit of a natural look for me. Gets in the way sometimes, but I've gotten used to it.
Oh,
It
trust me.
looks quite nice.
Well, thank you. You both are just right peaches, aren't you?
I don't think you understand about how cumbersome. It's a lot of weight. All this fur?
It is sometimes. Sometimes I gotta put it down a little bit, but then it gets tight and it pulls on your hair and the roots. It doesn't feel very good. But anyways, what can I help you with? Can I get y'all drinks, some food? Newcomers? I'm assuming you're newcomers around here.
Yeah.
Can I get you some specials?
What's in your special?
It's a home brew.
I thought you were talking about food.
It's an apple cider alcohol that we have here.
But we don't really
I
drink.
don't partake in the drink.
Yeah.
Well, if you don't drink, we can get some more. We can get some fruity drinks that don't taste as bad. I'll admit some of the slosh around here that people kind of taste like piss.
You have a food.
We got a special tonight on. We got a special on tonight on lamb cuts with some potatoes, some vegetables from the farmlands.
Token smiles at this. Oh, that sounds delicious.
If you're feeling picky, we can make you a salad.
Why not both?
I could eat leaves. I have eaten leaves.
Well, I believe you then. Alrighty. So, do you guys want to get salads?
I would like food. I would like to order.
I want the lamb and the
salad.
salad.
I would like an order of both.
And the salad.
I would also like an order of both.
No, an order of both. All right. You're gonna eat one unhealthy thing and a healthy thing, so it balances out, and you don't feel bad about it.
Exactly. Oh,
I love that you both said that.
Wow, that was in unison.
Because we all know it. Because that's what we all do. If I order a salad with my main meal, I won't have to worry about the mozzarella sticks that I had for the appetizer.
Exactly. See, firstly, thanks for taking our order. Secondly, has the guards been around? Do you know about making sure you have like a system in place where people that leave have like someone to walk home with?
She kind of like looks at you as she's about to go and take the orders back. It's like, this is the first I'm hearing about this. No guards haven't come up here yet. Were they supposed to come around here?
Well, they're going around from house to house right now because well, I don't know if you heard about the disappearing people recently in the village. What's the name of this place?
This place really don't have much of a name to it, actually.
Oh.
Yeah, people around here just call it home. I mean, official name for it is the Northeastern settlement of Thalios, if you want to get technical.
That's too long. I'll just call it home.
You don't have your own name, yeah. Home is better.
Yeah, we're technically still Thalios. We're just, outside of it.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense. So yeah, the missing so recently, like, one of the guys went missing, and apparently they might have maybe found him, but he's not with us anymore. So they're implementing like a buddy system, like me and my ma, and then he'll like move to the side so she can see Ma on his back.
Yeah. Ma's head turns, and then this lady just kind of like, you can see like the life leave her eyes, but as she stares at Ma,
And Dolkin turns back around.
Somehow remains a cool expression, as I imagine Ma, you just put the cloak back over yourself, and
Yeah.
Ma just hides, and it's like, well, that was something I wasn't expecting to see today.
I am horrified.
I am horrified.
Yeah, so they're implementing a buddy system where they recommend that if you're a male or female, you walk home with someone. And if we'll be staying here today, if you have a room, I don't mind staying up. If somebody needs to get home and they don't have someone to walk with, I can go ahead and walk with them.
I appreciate that, there, dear. Yeah. She'll kind of like go to the girls that are like manning the bar, kind of like. She'll whisper into each of their ears as they start nodding, and then they also start conversing with the bar and tavern patrons before she comes back. And you see that she probably just made a message of what you said and is passing around to the people inside the tavern, which is good. About like 30-40 people inside of this establishment right now.
So it's actually a decent amount of people.
Yeah, a good portion of people. Like I say, this is about a town of like maybe like 20 to 30 houses, and some farmlands further out.
Got a lot of alcoholics here. Or at least one person per house is here drinking.
But you do. She does come back. It's like, well, I appreciate you getting that message to us early. So. Can't really rely on the gods so much around here. Sometimes there's some lazy bastards, but I know the job's hard. Anyways, she'll look to the both of you. That'll normally be 4 silver for both the salad and the meal. But since you guys were so mighty kind to me, I'll bump that down and give you only 2 silver for the meal.
How about, because it's easier on me, I'll just hand her a gold. As a tip, to be like, if the food is as good as you are nice, then I'll know to be worth it here, and Duncan will hand her a gold piece.
She'll look to it and she'll just like, oh well, ain't you just the sweetest there, dear? And she just kind of reaches and just gives you a little pinch on the cheek.
Not wanting to be outdone, Estelar slams the gold piece onto the table.
She's kind of clutches at it. She's like, oh, you're both the kindest first-time customers I've had here. Some of these people could learn some manners from people like you. And she takes it and in kind gives you a pinch on the cheek too, Esther. All right, we'll get those out for you, and consider this paying for your rooms as well, dears.
Oh,
I'll get you your keys later.
Well, how much are the rooms? I don't want to scam you.
If it's just a 9, not much that you need to worry about. And trust me, she kind of like clinks both gold pieces on the table. You're not scamming me, dear.
Okay, just make it sure.
Well, thanks you kindly.
She gives you both a nod and heads back to the kitchen, where she kind of disappears for a little bit.
You know, Dolkin turns that. So, I'm getting a lot better first impressions in this place than I was of the Maiden's Haven back in Oh, I gotta look up the name. I already forgot it because we're already in Thalios, so I purged all
Nazriel.
information from Nazriel.
Purged all the Nazriel
Yeah,
information.
to store all the
pla-
Thalios
place,
information.
The place you've been in the longest. Immediately
Forgot
forget when
it
you go
all.
to a new one.
Well, it's because I have to store the information because I don't know how long we could be here, so I gotta make room. You know, this is.
Idea, but that's nice.
Well, I don't know. I've never been inside. I got kicked out immediately. I've never. So I mean, first experiences. I like this place a lot more.
Maybe Vishna will let you in next time.
I don't think that's ever gonna happen because of the no pets rule. Even though she technically isn't even a pet. I should think like.
You know, if she
Yeah.
put a hairnet on her, maybe it's a bit different.
What? Think I can? I mean, I tried putting armor on her, but
I should try.
oh no. Well, yeah, the armor works, but that like I had that custom special made. It took months. I think if I were to get like a hairnet, like for me, for her,
Now it took a week for the armor.
Oh, did it?
Yeah.
Oh, I just did it in
was
the
like-
month.
I think it was. Yeah, it was a week or two, and you did
Yeah.
within downtime.
Okay.
What if you just wrapped her up in a bunch of bandages? Mummy spider.
Ma's head pokes out the hood as you guys, because she's hearing her name, so she just looks to the both of
Yeah,
you.
just she wants to know what's being said about her.
Like a dog that's being called on.
I'm pretty sure spiders breathe through their skins. We might like suffocate her if we put too many bandages on her.
You believe in their skin?
I don't know. I just kind of maybe.
That's frogs.
I'm just making shit up.
I've never seen her. Like. Does she have lungs? Spiders have
I'm
lungs.
sure she does, Dodkin. Just if you put her in water, I don't think that would be good.
After a bit, you guys do get your food. And
Nice
yeah,
lamb with
it
salad.
Yep, and you are also, as a bonus, given bread as well with some butter.
Oh,
It's like a sawgrass.
You are given the salt. You are given the saltgrass bread.
oh, thank.
Hell yeah.
Well, we don't want the bread. We just want the butter. They can
I
have
want the bread and the butter. What are you talking about?
Yeah, I was like, I'll take your bread if you don't want it.
Well, I take the butter.
Eat your butter.
And as you guys stay within the bar for a little bit, about 2 hours pass, unless there's anything you guys want to do while you're in the bar, and Hank's gambling away all his profits.
Besides for Tolkien wanting to do, I know it's not gonna help, but primeval awareness again. But I did want to look around and see if there's anyone like, because I understand this is a very lively tavern. You wanted to see if there's anyone like by themselves.
Yeah, as far as primeval awareness, you don't get anything that you haven't sensed already.
Yeah, just making sure.
And nothing that alerts you of immediate danger. As far as people by themselves, now that it seems word did get around, so people who were sitting by themselves before now seem to have kind of like grouped up a little bit more as the warning of like, hey, there's been, people have been missing, so group up and don't stray too far from one another.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah. So no one seems to be sitting by themselves. Everyone seems to, done like buddy system so far.
Good.
There is anyone who is sitting by themselves. It does seem like some of the tavern workers have put it upon themselves to, at the very least, keep an eye on someone.
Oh, they really go above and beyond in this place.
Well, it is a like I said,
A very
it is
tight knit
like an
community.
open- It is
Yeah,
a
it's
tight knit
like their
community,
family.
so.
Everybody's family here.
But after about 2 hours, and when it does thin out, as you see big groups of people, leaving together, to where it gets about maybe like 5 to 10 people within the establishment. Some still drinking at the bar, just drinking their troubles away, or Hank, in the corner, still losing his money with
Yeah.
like.
He's gambling with rats and he's losing.
Yeah. Every second.
You
every
filthy rat! Give
every
me
second.
back my coin!
every second I'm removing 1 gold. Kank's chick character
Oh no,
sheets.
Hank.
no. Every second I'm removing one bronze piece at a time.
There you go. He won't miss those, I
Until
guarantee
the end of the
you.
night where he breaks even.
Yeah, and then when he runs out of bronze, I start going up to the gold. I start going up to the silver, and when he runs out of silver, I go up to the gold.
Good. Look,
I think he's
convert
probably
it.
got a couple platinum.
But eventually, as night does come around and you guys just kind of hang around, mingle about, you do eventually see Roderick, the man that you guys met before, with Stacy, his daughter that you guys met previously. He does come in with with what looks to be like a book in hand. Kind of like just like a little bit of a journal. As he comes in, it's like, "Oh, there you two are. Oh, where's the rest of you?"
They had business to take care of, but you know, we decided to stay to help a bit around the town. Also because we did agree to meet you here, so. Did you find out anything?
Yes, I did. Did investigating around and started asking some of the people who I saw leaving the bar as well when they started going out. I did take me a little bit, a lot of running around, as Miss Nizu just kind of like looks to him and is like, Mr. Roderick, do you want a drink? You look like you'll tuck it out right now. He's like, yes, that'd be very nice. But I do have a list for you of all 10 people that have gone missing.
oh, you were quick.
Well, like I said, I did do a little running around. I did also, though against my word, Stacy did also go doing some asking around as well. But he kind of flips open the notebook. He's like, I took this from the people who went missing first to the newest one, which would be the man you found prior.
I assume he's handing it to SLR.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he just flipped it open.
If you want him to either read it out to you or
I mean, I'll certainly take a look at it if it's within reach.
he'll set it down on the table and just kind of give you a little give you all a look of like the people who have gone missing, and these and the other patron and the other tavern workers do seem to pay attention to, as well as the other people, because you know that now that they've heard that people have gone missing, and when Roderick came in, people seem to like look at him like, he's here, okay.
So you say he's an important guy.
So he's a big boy.
Yeah.
Ah,
Seems like he might be a big boy around here.
okay.
Yeah.
So is it just names written in there?
It is names, age, and what race they are.
Oh, they were gonna say gender, and I was gonna be like, I think I know the gender.
Male.
And with a few of them, there are a few notes.
What are all these notes here?
I'll get to that, but I would just like to give you some names. So first, the first person who apparently went missing about 10 days ago, that we haven't seen since then, he points to the top, is Ilu Don. He's a human man. He's a human man in his 30s. He went missing around the farmlands. He works out there, and no one's seen him since then. He just went missing.
Mm-hmm.
He points then next down. Next is Mr. Vakan Mashash. He's actually one of the Fletchers around here. He's a wood elf. And he went missing as well. Went to go get resources to create more bows for some of the hunters around here, and he didn't return back either.
How long ago was this?
About 9 days ago. This would be
okay.
after Mr. Elud.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Next we have Mr. Elmore. He never gave his last name, weird enough. He lived by himself. He was a half-elf man. A bit of a merchant who kind of went in and out of the city. Didn't really get along. He was the 8th day.
I'm seeing a pattern here.
Next we have Mr. Bribus Berrycase. He is a gnome.
Bribus Berry Case?
Bribus Berry Case.
That's a good name.
Mm-hmm.
I like Brigus Berry Case.
Bribus Berry Case.
If that's what I had a lot of fun coming up with some of the names. I'm like, all right, I want to come up with like fun names.
Yeah, Bribus Berry Case.
And I like it. I like this one. Said he's a halfling?
He's a gnome.
Oh, no. Okay.
He's one of the older people around here. He's been around here the longest. But getting up in the years doesn't do quite a lot. He does help with some of the farm work around here as well, but getting a bit older and not as spry. But he disappeared on the 6th day, actually, with another person. Mr. Earth Ice Scar, a human man, one of the older ones as well.
Earth Ice Scar?
Earth Ice Scar.
Okay.
If you want, I can I'll re-put down these names later if you want.
I'm writing them all. I'm writing them all down.
I was gonna say I've been writing them as you've been saying, so.
Yeah. Apparently, from what I was getting from people talking, the two went to Mr. Earth's house together, and then the last time they saw the two, they saw Mr. Earth and Mr. Bribus leaving into the out into the fields, then from there into the woods later. And we haven't seen either of them since then. Next is as he gets down to a name, there's a pause a bit. He's like, my son.
That's his name?
My son.
He looks at you with like he wants to be mad, but he's like,
I'm writing these down.
No. My son, Rodney Momul.
Momul?
Momul?
Momul.
M-O-M. Momul.
Momul.
Yep. He kind of points to his ears. He's a half-elf, like me. Bit of a lively boy. I actually do know where he was last, and I asked about this before, but I wasn't able to get much information. He was actually seen with with our gold dragonborn that we have around here.
Oh, we saw him.
Yes, that would be Marjathalis. Mr. Marjathalis Zoxon.
Marjathalis Zaxan.
I can I will be more than happy to spell that out for you guys if you want, because Dragonborns have fun names.
I got it. Marjathalis Zoxan. Zaxon. I'll just call him that. Easier.
That's how you spell it.
Oh shit! I wasn't even close.
Yeah.
Nah, I put a lot of G's and X's, so like I think mine is correct. I know how to pronounce mine.
I was gonna say I could definitely pronounce what I've written.
Yeah.
Yeah. My son actually also worked out in the fields with Mr. Marjathalis, and apparently I didn't know about this prior, but Mr. Marjathalis said that there was a woman that was meeting with my son since about a couple weeks ago, I would want to say. And I asked my son about it, but I suppose he was keeping secrets about a little girly friend that he was getting. But if you want to go and speak with Mr. Marjathalis about this, that would probably behoove you.
And when was this? Was this like 4 days ago, 3 days ago?
He went missing 5 days ago.
Man, I'm sorry about that. Really sorry to hear that.
Do not worry. He is a strong boy. Wherever he is right now, I'm sure he's fighting good.
And Duncan looks up and puts a hand on his shoulder and be like, and if nothing else, I promise that we'll fight to get him back as well.
He gives you a stern nod. You can roll an insight on him if you want.
Sure. Duncan's totally, he's like, my son's dead. Insight, you said? Insight with my big plus 2.
1, 2.
16, baby!
Yeah, you can tell that like he is like he's trying to be optimistic and say, this is my son. Of course, nothing bad's gonna happen to him, but you can tell there is also that voice of doubt of like something bad probably did happen to him.
Yeah.
Like he's not ignorant to it, but he's trying to stay hopeful. But then he keeps going down the line. Then the next one is Mr. True Maverick. He's a human as well. He went missing on the 4th day.
Did he have a job or like just same way he was in the fields or?
A lot of people out in the fields working. The other ones, oddly enough, had their own little things, but everyone else are from the fields. So with that in mind, we have Tree Maverick, who is also a human. Mr. Hofshiren, also a human.
Hofshiren. Okay.
Hofshiren. Mr. Liang Lu, also human. And then I heard word from that you found Mr. Emmett Brown in his home today.
Both those last two were just humans, and I assume 3 and 2.
All four. The last 4 were all humans.
Got it. Making sure.
Okay.
He has Mr. Brown in particular is married and has a brother, who are both here. I haven't seen his wife in a little bit. Her name is Kathy, but he does have a brother named Harvey, who, actually, now that I remember, he kind of like thinks, I did hear voices and loud shouting that did sound like Harvey earlier before.
Did you say
down.
when Hawthorne and Lou, was it just 3 and 2?
Mr. Chewy was the 4th day. Hoff and Liang Lu were the 3rd day.
Okay.
And I suppose Mr. Emmett is today.
2 day. Yeah. I just want to make sure I have all this for later. Thank you.
Now this might just be me, but everyone who has gone missing so far was varying. But the last he points to the last 4, but now it's just the human men in the village now. We had everyone else seemed to be sporadic, but it could just be me wanting to play detective. But I couldn't help but notice that, especially since they're all right next to each other.
I mean, yeah, that is a weird coincidence. That the last 4 would all be human males. Yeah.
Well, this is all I could gather. I know it's not a lot, but
Dolphin will stop him. It's trust me, this is more than enough. You didn't have to go and do this, but you went out of your way to try and help us, even though you barely know us, and we really appreciate that. And I imagine when we find everyone else will be quite as thankful as we are.
Yes, it's a good lead.
Well, of course. This is my community, and I want to help it, and you all are offering to help it as well. So, the least I can do is help you help me.
Yeah, I did notice that a lot of people like looked at you, and I could see that they had like that show of respect. Do you how high up on like the rock pole are you?
Well, I mean, if I had to put something to it, I guess you'd call me like maybe like a chief here. I guess.
Oh, you're pretty important.
I just kind of take the front load of work and making sure everyone's all right, and anything that happens here, I'm usually the first one to go out and see it is taken care of. And then you see Neves behind the bar. You kind of give like a little laugh, like, he's kind of a busybody, this one. It's my best quality.
Yeah, he was running around town trying to, he was just running around this place helping us. So, I see he keeps himself very busy.
Isn't it more of the guard's job to do some things like this, though?
Well, it's quiet. Well, until recently, it's always quiet around here. So, the guards really don't do a lot around here. No trouble really comes around this way until recently, so... Sometimes we leave it to ourselves to make sure no trouble comes around here.
Were they doing any sort of investigation when people started going missing at first?
We brought it up, but they said they looked into it, but neither they found nothing or
they didn't actually do it.
Well, that's he kind of rubs the back of his head. I don't really go and blame him that much. People go in places all the time, and with it this quiet, and with someone gone, no one's seen them. I doubt they'd put up a red flag somewhere about that.
Do you?
So don't go blaming the boys. They're good men.
I imagine. So where is Dolkin looks down at his notes. The brother Harvey and Kathy. Do we know where they are?
I don't know where Miss Kathy is actually. She's been gone for kind of think for a bit. She's actually been gone for about maybe 3 or 4 days now, actually. Yes, and then you hear from one of the patrons. I saw Harvey headed down to the guard post. I haven't seen him come back.
Maybe he went to go for his brother. He's gonna go report it.
Maybe he's there if he hasn't come back yet.
Thank you.
Oi! As you see just a random guy just drinking away at the table, and then like a part's like, I think you've had enough. I say what I've had enough. And
the Margitalis, you were gonna tell us where we could find Margitalis?
Oh, yes. He has the oh man, Pierce, I wish I had a map on me. He kind of like points in the direction you guys came from. If you go down the street the way you came from, the cross sections before you get to the little community here, if you go left, he's at a farm a little bit closer to the woods. He lives with himself and his wife.
Okay.
At least he's with some fun.
Yeah, he's a good man. He's a quiet sort of burly, bulky fellow. But he's a hard worker.
Okay, thank you for that. Well, do you have someone who can walk you back home? I don't want you.
You don't need to worry. You need to worry about me. I'll be heading right home, and I'll be making sure my girl's all right.
Well, I mean, but just in case, I don't know how far your house is, but like, if you want, actually, Ma, could you, Dolkin he'll turn around, put Ma off his back. Could you, escort?
The moment Ma gets taken up, is like, oh God, oh no, I'll be fine by myself walking myself home.
You sure you don't want an escort?
As he's kind of like backing away, it's like I'll be fine, my good friend. You needn't worry about me.
It's almost like people are scared of her, SLR. I don't get it.
I've told you about this before, Durkin. Most people don't quite like seeing a giant spider in their face.
Yeah, as he's like backing near the door, he's kind of like pointing, like, I'll leave the journal with you. You can use it to look at the information you want. But thank you for your help. If you see anything, please let me know. As he immediately opens the door and starts moving.
You think I should
Thank you again.
Thank you. Don't like give her a wave and side glance at Star. You think I should just have her walking around on like a leash or something?
I don't think that's going to help, Durkin.
Yeah, you're probably right.
She just looks.
She's just off-putting.
To people. I don't know how else to tell. She's a Durkin.
All right, but with you guys getting that information, you guys now have a journal with the information about the missing people.
I do. I wrote it all down.
There are notes on 4 people.
Oh, notes that he didn't tell us about, or?
Well, no. The notes about the 2 guys who were with each other and left.
Oh, okay, those notes. Yeah.
And the 2 guys who were with each other and left. About his son and about
Emmett.
And about Emmett.
The one who died today, right?
Yes.
Okay.
So, with that, we will move back to Vishana with the
Oh
NPCs.
boy.
So let's change up the music a little bit.
Something more
Something more sinister.
sinister. Something more, ominous.
Something more motherly.
Yeah. Except not the kind of motherly that's like warm and nice, but the kind of motherly that makes you shit yourself.
That knows that she has dirt on you and will use it at the earliest possible convenience.
She's pulling the ladle out.
More like she's pulling the magic wand out.
You expect mother to use physical violence?
If need
She
be.
uses she uses emotional damage.
Emotional damage. Vishana takes 10 points of emotional damage.
Thankfully, I have temporary hit points against crying.
But you do eventually, after a bit, get to the council walls, where it is just called the council center because this is mainly where all the head figures just stay, centered around the inner walls of this area. And as you get there, there's a brief conversation with Conrad and the guards. That definitely look much more higher, more regal, with better weaponry and gear on them. Smaller gates as well, and the little tunnelway between them is not as long. Maybe about a good 5 feet before you actually get inside. As it opens up, you are immediately within a wide open, kind of grassy, almost like a large garden that just has a singular road that leads forward before splitting into almost like a giant cul-de-sac where it's just a big circle surrounding a pond in the center with more gardens, almost like a small little park in the center, and on the outer rim of the circle, making up this sort of like little cul-de-sac, you have houses that make up the perimeter. Very big. Very big is that you have the council, like almost like a what am I thinking of? Like a mayor's building in like the center, at the top of the circle, and then just lining it down the entirety of the outside of the circle, just homes and houses for all different kinds of politicians and higher ranking officials. Everything's kind of, all the different houses and stuff are, gated off, their own private property, and big land. It's big. Like, this is definitely, like, space that could be used to fill up more stuff, but these are rich people, so...
Yeah, they like to look at the emptiness.
Yep. Huh. Yeah, as the prince just kind of, like, looks like... This is definitely a lot different than back at Nazril. Not really any, high castle walls or peaks and towers.
There's no need for it here.
I suppose. Well, you're just kind of like looking at everything just a little bit. You roll an insight on him as he's just kind of like looking at the houses you guys are passing by.
Insight, 24.
And you can tell he hates everyone here.
Oh, fuck.
I hate knife ears.
Hank, what are you doing here? I thought you were gambling. That's where you're wrong, you fucking knife ears. I was dead.
As you look at him, as he's just kind of looking, there's just like a hint of a little bit of like sadness in his gaze, looking at the houses. You think he's probably remembering something.
Is something the matter, comrade?
No, just thought about something when I was younger. Just brought up some old memories.
That's right. You traveled when you were younger. Did you remember something about Thalios?
Yes, not Thalios, but someone who brought me here to Thalios.
Oh, someone close to you?
Yes, I'd rather not talk about it right now,
Of course.
with all due respect.
Of course.
Kind of
Forgive my
nods.
prying.
No, it's fine. It's just, painful to think about with all that's happened back in Nazrul. Just kind of like takes, sets the reins down on his lap for a second, kind of like slaps his cheeks. Say, sorry, can't go thinking bad thoughts right now. But have a official meeting with your mother.
Yes.
Can't
You best not be thinking any thoughts honestly around Mother.
can't be going ship weakness around her, I suppose.
No, especially not around Mother.
Alrighty. And as you guys have a bit of a walk, you do eventually get to the council center, where it is also just as big. I'd say in terms, it is about a 3-story building. Itself almost like much bigger than the mansions, which with a lot more space, almost like a town hall sort of vibe to it.
Mm-hmm.
But when you guys stop your horse and carriage there, there does seem to be a line of people coming out. A bunch of people who are like nameless politicians and executives and royalty that you probably couldn't give a care about. But in the crowd, you do spot 2 people walking out that are among them. You see the High Elf matriarch walking out, as well as the Wood Elf matriarch. Or actually, no, not the Wood Elf. The Moon Elf matriarch.
Oh,
Who are kind of discussing with people around them. The High Elf matriarch, which unfortunately you don't know her name.
I don't remember it. I knew it, but I don't remember it.
You don't remember it at this current moment. You will get them later.
Unless what was it? Oh, it's on the tip of my tongue. Samantha. No.
So no, not even close. Let's see. You see the High Elf matriarch walking out with what looks to be magical students, like mages and scholars, which you remember. You do know, like, at least brief knowledge on what they do is that she is in charge of laws regarding magic.
Yep.
And
She's
then
also in charge of the Magic Institutes.
Yep. And then the Moon Elf matriarch, you see her actually walking out with what looks to be church members inside the city. And if you can remember, actually you remember, you know that the unlike in Nazril, where the main deity is Balden, here you know that the 2 deities here are the brother and sister deities of the sun and the moon. The god of the sun, Sur, and the goddess of the moon, Soma.
Sur and Soma.
They are the 2 main deities that are worshipped inside of the city.
Got it.
But as you see these groups of people walking out, and to various carts as well to pile in carriages, as you stop, you do see someone walk up to you, and I will show you what they are.
Yeah.
You guys are gonna hate me, but I had to include this. You see in dark armor, walking up to you, standing well over the height of many people you've seen before, this person.
Oh no. Oh god.
Oh,
Ah. I was waiting for the self-insert.
Yeah, they were they were somewhere in the world, and they are right here. As you know this to be the head captain, Zenith Slyfang.
Ah.
They are, from what you know, to be a tiefling that never takes off their helmet, is always donned in their armor at all points of the time. And as far as you know, no one knows what this person's face looks like. But they walk up donned in dark armor with armor that is even coming down to their very long tail that just kind of drags behind them. And just, armed to the teeth as well as it comes up to the carriage and looks to you. They do know who you are because they have seen you many times.
And I know who they are, I assume?
Yes, you do know. You have had brief interactions with them. They are very intimidating and very scary, but you know them to be a very, more or less kind of a gentle soul. Except you've heard stories about when apprehending criminals, they get very scary.
Yeah, Vishana's just going to go, Senate! And immediately, float up out of the cart and, big hug on them.
Well, I wasn't expecting this type of approach, as he kind of puts his hand down on top of your head. Hey there, little mistress. How are you doing?
Oh, it's so good to see you again! Is Mother well? I haven't heard from her.
She's doing fine. We just actually got word. I wasn't expecting you back in the city so soon after, your little adventure.
We sent letters.
We didn't get any letters, as the prince kind of comes down and looks up to this hulking figure. Yes, that is something we need to discuss. Hello, my apologies. Prince, I'm forgetting Conrad's last name. Prince Conrad Valtisha, Prince of Nazril. It's like, so you're the royalty that they were talking about. Okay, well that kind of clears things up a little bit.
What, you didn't think I'm royalty?
He kind of just does a so-so motion.
And she just fake cries, so rude.
Come on, your mom's waiting for you, and you know how she gets. As he kind of just pushes you forward, and Angelina just a little tentatively just kind of walks out. It's oh, hello. As he just kind of does a little bit of a bowing motion to her. It's hi.
Where are my manners? I'm sorry. Zenith, this is my partner, Angelina.
Wait. Hold on, did you finally get over your Samira's crush?
Look at her. I mean, come on.
Yeah, the Zenith just kind of leans their entire body over to where they're almost at a 90-degree bend. Hand on the chin of the helmet. It's nice. As he leans back up. Good on ya. Make sure your mother doesn't chew you out about it. Anyways, just kind of slaps you on the back. Get going.
Ow.
She's inside the main hall. It's just, as far as I know, it's just her and some assholes in there.
Thanks again.
Oh, and if you're gonna ask about Sabir's, she's not here right now.
I don't want to have to deal with that right now.
She went on a job to the south.
Do you know when she'll be back?
She left about let's see, maybe about a month ago.
Shouldn't be too much longer then.
Maybe about a couple weeks.
All right. Well, thank you.
Yep, just kind of gives a 2-finger salute to you, and then kind of just stands out watching all the other higher ups just leaving.
As they're walking up, Vishana just turns around, walking backwards. Oh, and keep an eye on the cart for us, would you? It's got some real important stuff.
He just gets a bit of a lazy wave, like sure. It's like, and then it's just like, that was a big man.
He's a big softy.
It's like, I'm not used to having to stare up to people other than Goliaths and orcs. Oh, it's much bigger than any orc I've ever seen.
Yeah, you get used to it.
And then, as you walk up, you get to the marble steps of the main hall of the town, or of the council. And the doors are already open right now, with just another of the higher guards is kind of standing in front, just keeping watch. And as you go in, you can see that that there are marble pillars that kind of go up to the ceiling that holds up the second floor above you, with a kind of like a Resident Evil style staircase that is in the middle and splits off to the left and right, and then making up the going up to the second and third floor, which then you see kind of like almost like a looping staircase going upwards before it stops at the fourth floor, where it's just a big wide open space with a glass ceiling ahead, up above you. And you hear a voice coming from the middle of the room, near, like, I wouldn't say like a reception area, but this entire place has like a very heavy business feeling to it. It's like, well, it's about time that someone finally answered back to me on how things are going. And before you see
There's
this
that shudder
woman.
straight down Vashana's spine.
Oh, I'm waiting. Oh, there it is.
And I will also put it in art so you can guys see it better.
Oh,
Oh lordy, there she is.
Oh lordy.
Oh lord, there
Oh
she is.
lordy.
You guys see before you, or, well, not everyone, but you see before you your mother, Atu Helvetiel, a drow woman in her later years, about getting to near 500 in the late 400s, but still having a very young complexion, if not starting to age. She's dressed in
over 200.
Yep, she is dressed in dark purple robes, nearing to just a almost to black, with very long white hair that comes down into braids that come over each shoulder, gold inlay with her dress that flows all the way down to the floor, with a bit of a veil that kind of makes up like almost like a cape on her back. That is a bit see-through, as she slowly stands up and turns her attention towards you.
Immediately, like the deepest curtsy Vashana has ever done, and just, Mother dearest, I have returned. Forgive me for not contacting you sooner.
You see her starting to step forward towards you without saying anything.
Oh,
Vashana's
like quivering as she's holding this.
As you can see, Conrad just stands there a bit stiffly, hands behind his back, and Angelina just like kind of like clutching at her hat and kind of like positions herself behind Conrad, looking at Atu as she makes her way forward. You can hear the clacking of her heels that just kind of echo inside of the grand hall before she stops in front of you and just kind of just stands there for a couple seconds as you're bowed.
That Vashana is not moving except quivering slightly.
You see her reach a hand down to your face, and she grabs your cheek, and she lifts your head up a little bit, and she forces you to stare into her eyes.
Yeah, her unblinking eyes,
Yep.
just Cool.
But she looks at you for a couple seconds with that kind of like almost emotionless stare before you see a smile across her face. It's like, I'm so proud of you, my daughter. And then she pulls you in a little bit and gives you a little bit of a hug.
Vishana will hug her tightly.
I don't believe this woman ever smiled
Slight
before.
tears. She smiles on rare occasion. It's rare.
You'll never see another smile in this campaign, but
Yeah, but
Yeah.
he got one.
Yeah, that's all I need. And she just hugs her tightly for a minute, as long as she'll let her.
Yeah. She hugs you for a good long while before she places a hand on both hands on your shoulder and pushes you back a little bit. It's like, welcome home, my daughter. It is good to have you back. I can tell just from you being here that your mission was successful.
Yes.
And I could not be more happy that a daughter that I have raised with my own two hands has grown to be an excellent practitioner of the magical arts.
Thank you, Mother. Where are my manners? Mother, this is his lordship, Crown Prince of Nazril, Prince Conrad Valtisha.
You see Conrad immediately go into a very deep bow, places a hand across his chest and bows to Atu. He's like, Milady, it is a very great honor to meet you again. She kind of nods like, yes, I remember you from when your father came here many years ago. And there's a bit of a flinch to his fingers. He's like, yes, I suppose you are aware of. Yes, I'm aware. You do not need to speak about it. And
this, Mother, is his number one servant, as well as my current partner, Lady Angelina Augustine.
Angelina just kind of like steps out from behind Prince Conrad, like takes her wizard hat off, and immediately goes into a very deep bow where you think her head almost might touch her toes with how deep it is. And when you say that, roll an insight check on your mother.
Oh no,
shit.
she's disgusted.
this is about to be where everything gets
19.
homophobic.
Let's roll for her.
It's gonna be really hard to beat her.
Her smile did falter as soon as she stopped hugging you, and it did go back into her bit of a serious RBF face. And it's back to that expression of, oh crap, I can't tell what she's thinking.
Yep, of course.
Yeah, he's like, I see. So you have changed your target from Samiris onto someone else. Well, at least that person is reciprocating this time, but I will not. We'll have this conversation later.
Yes, Mother.
That's never something you want your parents to say in the vicinity of other people.
No.
We'll talk about this later, Vashana.
Oh. Yes, Mother.
For now, welcome back home, my daughter.
It's good to be home, Mother.
And we'll go ahead and take a quick break right there.
Alright, I will go and take a
Walker's ready to
piss.
Alrighty. I got that art and I was like, she looks so good. When I got it, I wanted to share it so badly, but I had to bite my fucking tongue.
Queen. Mother.
What's that? What is that? What's that meme? It's like, Mommy, I want Milky. I want to be held. I want to.
I want to be held. I want to be comforted. I want Milky.
and if I don't get it, I'm going to make it everyone's problem.
Okay, piss break.
Yep. Am I good? Is my
Hi.
mic working? Okay, good. I didn't see the green light for some time. So,
Oh, no.
what do you guys think of Vashonda's mom, Mrs. Atu Helvitiel?
I fucking love the art.
It is very good.
It is very poggers.
This is the same artist who did the portraits for Angelina and Conrad.
I like the outfit.
Oh yeah, when I saw the outfit, I was like, oh yes, this is You know, I didn't make this outfit. Like, I just gave references for the artist, and she made this. And when I saw, like, this isn't what I envisioned, but this is also everything I envisioned.
So you don't know what you want until you have it.
Until you have it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, she is very good. She is very good, very good.
I wasn't expecting her to react so nicely to Vashana's presence.
Well, here's the thing, I had to surprise you guys. When I mentioned she was drow, and then Matt started freaking out, I had to put the fear in him.
The
And
fear
then
of drow?
Yeah, the fear of drow mothers in him. And then sucker punch him with it's like, you know, all things aside, she's still your mom.
Oh. How
Might be a
nice.
bitch. She might be a bit of a hard ass bitch, but you know.
But she is still your mommy. Mother.
And of course, you know I had to, like, I had to include Zenitha in this.
I didn't think you would, but I'm not surprised you
did.
did.
I put her somewhere, and it was in Thalios.
I return.
It's not.
Welcome back.
Thank you.
It was just more for me, like, hey, you know what? Make Zenitha the high guard. Make Zenitha the high guard of a city.
I mean, of course, if you made a character, you got to put him in everything.
Yeah.
Exactly. So I did with Mahalia. I mean, originally she was an NPC, and then I just started playing in her another game.
Yeah, like you guys don't know it, but Tim Cubed is the final boss of my campaign.
Oh my god.
I would
You
believe
know,
it.
it's no
We're
because
gonna kill him beforehand.
yeah, no one would expect it. I was like, you enter a town, you see a bugbear, and then all of you are like, I attack the bugbear.
I'm gonna kill the bugbear.
Because I have to.
Yeah. I know.
I'm looking at. What the hell is this?
And I learned about something fun today.
What did you learn about today?
It is something called epididymal blowout.
Epididymal blowout.
What?
Epididymal blowout.
All right, explain
word
to
forsaken
us, smart people who already know what it is, but to chat who doesn't know what it is because they're dummies.
Yeah.
So
You know.
I'm a ball snipper, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The epididymis is the part of the ball that allows for sperm to go and join the ejaculate. So that way, when you coom,
It can
you also
make babies.
You have sperm in your coom.
Mm-hmm. You're not shooting
Oh, now.
blanks.
When
Is
you
that
have
what you snip when you have a vasectomy?
yeah. So you snip, and then when you have the vasectomy, there is something that sometimes men will get that's called they call it post-vasectomy pain syndrome. And that's just when you have pressure buildup in your nuts,
Mm-hmm.
and it ruptures your epididymis,
Oh no.
and it's called epididymal blowout. And I love that name because it sounds so violent.
And then you fertilize your own nuts and you have a child.
And
I
it's
mean,
like-
that's just,
and it's literally
you know.
and it's literally just this is your balls are exploding.
Yeah, essentially your balls are exploding. It's great.
How'd you
That
learn
made
about
me
this?
happy to learn that today.
But how did you learn about this? Did you look it up or?
Well, I'm in the process of writing my thesis, so I've been reading a lot of papers recently. And one of the ones I came across talked very briefly about epididymal blowout. And I was like, that's so poggers. And then I showed the girl who was sitting next to me because she's also writing her thesis.
Mhm.
And I was like, yo, dude, check this out. And she was like, your nuts can just explode. That's poggers.
I mean, that is
Did she
pretty
actually say-
interesting.
Did she actually say poggers, or that's something
Yeah,
you
are you-
included?
Oh my
she's,
God.
She's
Can't
a
believe you-
normie. She's not a gamer.
Ah.
I know.
Introduce it into her life. Just the word pog.
I should.
There's-
I've said poggers around my lab before, and everybody's been like, "What the fuck did you just say? What is a poggers?"
Just introduce them to the soul community, and then within a week they'll understand.
Yeah. But unfortunately, no, she didn't actually say that it was poggers.
That's a
Hmm.
shame.
That's how you know she wasn't actually interested in it. She was just doing it to be nice to you.
Yeah.
Which is a damn shame. I'm sorry to hear that.
Also with this art, I did tease Matt a little bit with it. So what I showed him, like, just the hands and over the waist a little bit to give him like an idea of what it was going to be like.
Mhm.
I don't know if that made it. I don't know if that made it more or less stressful for him. But I hope it was more stressful.
Of course, because that's what I want. I want everyone I know to be very stressed all the time.
Because I see her
Hi,
hands, and I
Stress.
just think that she's going to choke me with them,
And that's what you want.
and that's what I want.
Well, I
She
mean,
could, but she wouldn't use her hands for it.
you don't think so?
No, she's got magic
Fat
for
cock
that.
instead. Oh,
No, she's got magic for that.
Yeah, magic yourself up a cock, obviously.
yeah, took herself up a cock.
That's the whole reason to like have magic. I'm pretty sure.
Mm-hmm.
She, don't worry, she's got 10 cantrips at her disposal to do whatever she wants to you.
Only 10?
Only 10?
How many cantrips are in the game?
Well, how
Like
many
10.
cantrips? Yeah, how many cantrips? Yeah, and how many cantrips do you guys have?
Like 10.
Yes, Miss Druid with 3 cantrips.
Yes.
You know, I
You just can't. You just can't be. You just can't be a good magician and just have 10 cantrips.
look.
Probably good.
Look, I
You just- you
only
ju-
take.
You just can't be a thick, curvy, dommy drow mommy.
You're right.
Honestly, it's probably a good thing that Chase wasn't here because he might have given himself another UTI after seeing Drow Mommy.
Well, we already sent it to him
Oh no.
in the art channel. That means he would have seen it. So like
Oh no.
he's getting into the.
He's not online, so I don't know about that.
Mm.
Oh yeah, I was like, it's like, oh yeah, how many cantrips do you have, Vashana? Hmm?
6.
Oh, you don't have 10 cantrips like your mom? Oh, shame.
No, I don't. She's a fucking wizard sorceress.
And she's all the better for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what Tolkien's gonna subclass into.
Wizard sorceress.
Sorcerer?
Yep.
Sorceress.
Sorceress?
Mhm.
Tolkien the sorceress?
You know.
Wizard with your non-good intelligence and sorcerer with your bad charisma.
Yeah, I'm not looking to be optimal. I'm just looking to have fun.
Well,
So-
It's not about optimizing.
Well, Brandon, past optimal, it has to be plausible because you don't
you-
meet the multi-class
You
requirement.
have to have a 13 in both of them. Both intelligence and
what-
charisma.
Wouldn't it just be funny though to like make a wizard and you made like their dump stat int, but then you
Yeah.
put all of your points
Yeah.
into strength, and
Well, yeah,
then you were
well,
like,
yeah.
"Fuck this."
Well, yeah, if you started out that way.
You can't multi into it without having at least 13.
That sucks. Can I drink like stat?
So you
What
have,
if
like,
what if I drink like a potion that temporarily boosts my stats
It would go
And
away
then
at
multi-class in
and
that
then
moment.
multi-class in that moment?
it would
Doesn't
go
work that
away
way,
at the
champ.
end. It would go away at the end of the long rest that you need to level up.
I can't have like an IV drip fluid of that potion in my body.
I mean,
No.
if you find one of the magic books that it permanently increases your stats, then sure, you can try.
That's why Hank's going to the library.
Yeah,
Mind
he's
you, it
he's
takes,
going to increase all his fucking stats so that he could be a wizard.
Yeah, and then after you read them, you can't read them. They can't be read for another 100 years.
Yeah, and it takes like 3 weeks to read them.
Okay, but here's the question. What if I just copy all the notes in the book into another book? Idiot. Fucking dumbass. I just
you
copied all
can't-
the notes again.
You can't decipher them. They are indecipherable for 100 years.
Well, in the original book, but I made... But
No,
Right.
your notes become indecipherable. It cannot be copied.
Also, you're not. Also, this is like ancient magic, so it won't work.
Ah.
What if you were just an elf, right? And you just kept that book with you, and you just read it every 100 years?
Yeah,
Wait,
some
wait,
elves do.
What do you think the mom's been doing with the charisma book?
Yeah.
Oh.
I'm just kidding.
She's a 30.
Or am I?
She's a 30 in charisma,
Yeah,
Crystal.
she's got a 30. She's got 40 in charisma now.
Well, she would only be able to have read it 3 times, so at most she would have like a 26.
Yeah, but you gotta remember there are other stat boosting items that she has.
Of course, yes.
The
Right.
charisma ring that gives you like fucking 2 charisma.
Plus 90 to charisma. Of
Yeah.
course.
And then that one staff that gives you +4 to charisma.
You think Mother uses
know.
a staff?
Well, no, she's just attuned to it.
Fair enough.
Doesn't need to have it on, just need to attune to it.
You think she'd use a measly staff? How dare! How dare you insult her?
She would kill you if she heard those words.
Not if she can't find me.
That's what you think.
She knows exactly where everyone is at all times.
That seems problematic.
Alrighty, but are you guys ready to continue?
I am.
Yeah,
Indeed.
I'm ready.
Alrighty, so picking back up, we start with Vashana with Conrad and Angelina, who are currently now walking through the hallways of the council hall. And she's leading you. Your mother is leading you upstairs to the 3rd floor, where is where her office is to work on in private. And actually, you would know this. I would hope you know this, because your mother is actually the one in charge of civil policies within the city.
Yep.
She's the lawmaker of the city.
You fucking bet she is.
Of course, she doesn't draft something and then approve it. It has to be the council who decides. But any ideas or law changes or anything of that nature is passed through her first to bring up with the council.
Mm-hmm.
But as she's walking with you, she is asking very vague and small questions as she does not want to. As she does not want to, say anything she probably shouldn't. But stuff mainly about, like, how was your trip? Did what you were sent out to do get succeed?
She's being very careful. She's speaking very carefully.
You can tell she's being very careful with her words on purpose.
Yeah. The initial trip was well enough. We succeeded in a matter of speaking. The return trip was a little arduous, but we made it all right.
And what of that little voice? What about that little voice you speak to every now and then?
He is still always with me. He has showed me new visions as of late, but I've yet to decipher them.
I see. We shall discuss with those later. That your spirit is one reason why I sent you off on that in the first place, knowing its nature.
Of course.
She turns her attention to Prince Conrad. Is like, yes, as you can tell as to why my reason being here is, I suppose you can already assume as to the business we will need to enact upon. Trades of items as well as where to place them. She kind of nods a little bit before stopping at a door down a hallway and opening it up for you all to enter.
Vashana will gesture the others in before her. Trying to
Yep,
gain brownie points with Mom.
Yep, Angelina will go in first, followed by Conrad, who gives you a nod before stepping inside. And then she looks down you and then motions with her head for you to move inside.
And light bow, and in she goes.
Yep, and this entire time she walks with, her hands folded across her waist. And even with, like, a hand opening of the door, the one hand still remains, like, pressed to her waist.
Mm-hmm.
A very, regal and ladylike kind of, step and gaze, and gait to her.
Mm-hmm.
And then as she closes the door, the room darkens a bit before, like, the candlelight picks up with some very bright purplish flames that make up the walls and torches, as well as with a chandelier above the room with normal candlelit flames. You see rows of bookshelves that are filled to the brim with different texts and documents and scrolls, as well as her desk in front that is also just piled up with all different types of of documents that you wouldn't even want to begin going over. And before she moves past all of you, the princess kind of like stands turned around to face her. She goes over to a statue bust of what looks to be a dragon figure, and she turns the head of the dragon figure to one side, and you feel a wave just push down onto you for a second before disappearing.
We may now
And-
speak in private.
Yep. If you wanna read. No, you
I'm
would
a
know.
It's a silence, yeah.
No, it's an anti-magic field.
Ooh, fucking damn. Okay, good stuff.
You would know. You've been in this office plenty of times. That is a anti-magic field that she set up for specifically against any form of anything be able to, permeate and listen in. It fills the entire space of the room.
As it goes over, Vishana's hair just kind of droops down. It's been wild from her latent magic energy, and it just droops back down.
Yep. She motions all of you to seats and couches in the middle of the room, where she has like a tea set up, and sits down obviously at the head with the back that facing to her desk before sitting down.
Vishana will quickly run over and check and see if there's tea in the tea set already.
It appears to be empty currently.
And then Vishana will quickly run and make tea.
Yeah, there's a little stove in the corner where there's water and tea leaves to make. He's like, "Thank you, daughter. You know the way I enjoy it."
Yes, mother.
So, Prince Conrad, tell you, you know what? Because I always like changing the music to something else.
Now we get the rain. It's raining in
Finish
here.
for music.
Which one was this one?
I don't think now.
Boss
Nope,
battle
not that
music.
one.
Because she was actually a fighter this whole time.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you wish. A fighter would be easier to deal with.
I like this music. This is kind of my little
ominous.
favorite suspenseful ominous music. As soon as she sits down and faces the prince, is like, "So how many pieces of the dreaded king did you bring with you, Prince Conrad?" It's like, "Right to business as usual, I see." It would be a waste of time to do anything else. As a leader of a nation, I would assume you would know this by now. As she just kind of sits there staring at him. You could tell, like, the prince is like, unsure how to respond. This is like a intimidating figurehead that he's not had to deal with before. Right, so your daughter did help me and some of the others that I have brought with me in achieving our goal of removing removing and retrieving pieces of the Dread King that have been starting to uproot themselves, to say the least. Unfortunately, we have a problem in that there is someone who is actively going out for them. It is aware of their presence. Is that so? Not many people do. Only those of high power within the nations and of trusted ears and information are only given that information.
At this point, Mashana comes back with the freshly brewed tea and pours everyone a cup.
Oh, thank you, Vashana. As she grabs a cup.
Yes, of course, Mother.
And Vashana doesn't sit down. She just stands beside her mother, like she used to always do, just out of sheer habit, whenever she was having important meetings, and just...
The individual in question is a formerly exiled god by the name of Tethanol.
Oh, boy. Where is her character sheet? But she gets advantage because she's a smart lady. Oh yeah, she's got it. As she takes a sip of the tea, she stops for a moment. She's like, Tethanol? That is a name of a god of trickery, if I remember, from my studies.
Yes, Mother. And in my visions, I have seen him at both the occurrences in Nazriel, as well as my recent visions.
Angelina does pipe up a little bit as she's sitting there. We've learned information as we've gathered the pieces of the king throughout Nazriel, as far as the only ones we found, that Tethanol has been working to gather as many as he can, and we believe the reason is to bring back the king. And we also do know that he is in far deep with the Dread King as well. It appears he was the one who released him during the war 3,000 years ago. I see the quiet one is more knowledgeable than she appears. As she stares at Angelina and sips her tea again.
She is the smartest among us.
You want to say that again?
I see.
Your mom's right there.
Vashana.
Yeah, that's why she said, I see.
I thought Vashana just, with that, please let me roll insight to know that she's not like amongst all of us here.
Sure.
Or do I just innately realize that I'm like, oh fuck, no, I meant among our group.
The words left Vashana's mouth before she could think of the word. It's just, oh shit.
You get the feeling like she responded like you slipped up, but she understands what you mean.
Oh, thank God.
She's still pissed.
I don't want to meet James.
You don't want to meet James?
No, I don't want to meet James.
Should make it more harsh, Isaiah. This woman's supposed to be harsh.
No,
she's a drow.
Well, James can come out. He's magic, so.
Yeah.
But she does once more look to Prince Conrad. It's like, how many pieces did you bring with you? It's like, well, unfortunately, the ones we had procured were 4 pieces that were within close vicinity with one another, and in haste and trying to move as fast as we could, we brought the most problematic with us to separate the pieces together, in hopes that it would not draw attention. I managed to bring them here. 4 pieces. You had 2 before you already. That would be the work of my father, yes? I see. Well, my question still stands. Which pieces did you bring? One is a minor one. It is a minor horn. It is a minor horn of the Dreaded King that is still wrapped within its bindings, though slightly damaged, still confined. A dwarf may have stuck the tip in his mouth. It's fine. and try to blow on it. That should not be a problem. There are many places here that we will be able to procure it and keep it safe. And of the other one, as she sips her tea, the other one is more problematic. It is
the heart, mother.
You see her stop halfway through the sip as her eyes shift upwards a little bit and stare forward. And then she sets the tea back down in its saucer before setting it onto the table. You brought the heart of the dreaded king into my city. And you can incite her now if you want.
Oh, she's pissed.
Oh, big turn.
I'm afraid.
You can't read her, but you don't like the tone of her voice.
And Vashana will just say, "Yes, it was at my recommendation. After I, as well as my compatriots, secured it from a man who was trying to take over Nazriel as some sort of evil dictator. I struck the killing blow and removed it myself."
I assume the heart is not sealed, is it?
No, mother.
She looks to you for a moment, Vashana. Daughter, I appreciate the information, but I would like to speak with the prince for now, if you do not mind.
Yes.
If he has any information that he is unaware of, then I will ask that you share it.
She just does a quiet shake of her head, and her eyes are shut, and she's looking at the floor.
So it is not sealed. In its original seals, unfortunately, no. The man, Bartholomew, who had used it, bound it physically to his body, so we were able to cleanse it as much as we can with clerical abilities, as well as the upper paladins back at the capital. And Master Cromwell was able to, or not perfectly seal and bind it, was able to make something to sustain it for some time before bringing it here. So for the meantime it is safe, but you would like to find a place to seal it before it can be a problem. Yes. She picks up her tea once more and just kind of spins it around. You mentioned others with you. Where are they right now? There was a...
Forgive me. They are currently staying at one of the suburbs outside the wall. There was a incident involving some sort of creature that has been attacking men for the last few weeks, and we, out of curiosity, looked into it. They're gathering more information.
She kind of looks to you for a second before raising an eyebrow. This is the first time hearing about this.
It's very recently. It has to do with a woman that I saw in the port. At least I believe as much. She had this strange magic about her where she disappeared in an alley and then vanished without a trace, and this weird magical signature was left behind.
I am going to roll an Arcana check for her. As she looks to you, she raises an eyebrow for a second before thinking. You said strange.
Yes, we've classified it as weird magic, as it does not fit into any of the schools that are commonly taught.
She sets down the saucer onto the table and looks to you. It's like, well, that sounds like Feywild magic to me.
That's very well could be. I've never been taught in the ways of the Fae.
If that is the case, if there's something with the Feywild going around here, though I am uncertain, I will bring this up with Faxina.
In addition, I believe the same individual covered what took us a few hours in nearly half the time and murdered a man by draining him of all of his blood.
Through Feywild magic? Well, that is simply She kind of like lets out a little bit of a laugh. Well, that is simply impossible right there.
That is...
There should usually be a brief time period before even Fey creatures are allowed to use their magics like that again, even through teleportation. That is too soon and too far a distance for them to do something like that.
That is why it was concerning to us, as the description of the woman matched the one that I had seen.
Interesting. I will let Faxina Eldriver know about this. You remember her. Very nice lady.
Yes, of course.
I have no idea who Faxina is.
Roll a deception check.
Well, just roll that 20. Or 25.
You managed. Well, there's reason you got a high deception, because it's from your mother.
I've been lying to mother for as long as I've lived.
Though she's got a good insight.
Yeah, she always sees through it.
You learned from the best. She looks to you and gives you a nod. It's like, good. I was worried that your time away would have made you forgetful. I know how much you had trouble with the memories of the other matriarchy members.
Yes,
So, if that is the case, I will talk to her, since she deals with the Feywild creatures that come into the city from now that they are showing up.
of course.
Roll an intelligence check to see if you can pin who that is.
Please. Oh, for the love of God, please. 11.
And 11.
Fuck.
That sounds like it would be the Eladrin matriarch.
Oh my God. Eladrin, and can you type out her name for me? So I don't
Faxina Eldriver. I will spell it out.
Yeah, just, you gotta just remember facts. Just,
just spell it however you need to.
However you need to pronounce it.
Yeah, as long as you can get all of the syllables in the right places.
Yeah, put like 6 E's probably in there. Sounds about right.
I know how to spell Eladrin.
And for that, roll me a history check too.
A 1 history check.
A
I'm
3.
My last 2 sorcery points.
A 10.
Wait, why did you wait? Isn't there only 1 sorcery point you need to spend to do
No,
that?
it is 2.
Really?
I believe so. Let me.
Oh, she's got in her character sheet too. So it should be
Magical. Oh, yep, it is 1 sorcery point.
It should be only 1. Yep.
Yep.
That's a shame you already spent the 2, Matt. Ah.
10.
Take backsies.
So 10. So what you get is like, okay, you're putting a face to it, and you do remember, Faxina Eldriver is one of the newer matriarchs within the council. She actually took position within the council maybe about 20 or 30 years ago, which for normal people is a long time, but these are elves we're talking about, so
Right, she's a very new addition.
she's a newer addition, with even the youngest council member still being in seat for longer than that. You know, she's new. She's newer after the passing of the previous Eladrin matriarch to sickness. And let's see what else. You know, she is also easy to spot as her hair, unlike a lot of the other Eladrins, are 4 colors to represent the different seasons. And she usually wears bright furs and bright pink clothing as well.
Unlike regular Eladrin who change their hair with the season, she is all seasons, master of all 4 seasons.
Yep. If it is, I will have her ask her for her guidance in a matter like this, if it is indeed something to deal with Fae. But I'm not all knowing, though. I am very knowledgeable. Even I can get something wrong. It is always. Besides, she has been a good help to me from time to time. But regardless, we will. There will need to be a meeting that take place in order for this to happen. Unfortunately, it will take some time before we are able to gather you for a proper meeting with the council and the other matriarchs regarding this incident with the Peace of the Dreaded King. So until such a time has arrived where we are able to create a time, a date, and whether we are willing to hear out your request with either assisting in keeping a piece of it here, definitely not the heart. As she looks to Conrad, we will not be keeping that here. But I can at least try to convince the other matriarch members that we can assist in transporting it to somewhere isolated, somewhere maybe without a population. Deep underground could be good, but we may need to find something like that. I hear the dwarves for this. I hear the dwarves further to the west would probably be able to assist with that. And then roll an insight on Conrad, Vashana.
Yeah. How about 15?
He is not in control of this conversation.
Oh,
it is
of
your
course
mother.
he's not. No.
But he realizes that, like, he really can't say anything other than give information, and his, like, knowledge of, like, dealing with other authorities of power is really showing in how unable he is to, like, retort or refute stuff that she says. And he's more or less just nodding along and just being courteous since he really can't argue with her.
Yeah. Like, I have more knowledge of how court works than Conrad does.
Yeah, I mean, you bore witness to an actual thriving proper one. Conrad had to make his own.
Oh yeah.
Conrad had to fix a broken one. But Conrad does nod a bit. It's like, yes, that will be fine. Is there anywhere that you would want me to keep the pieces for the time being? If the heart is of more pressing matters, I would assume that we've managed to keep it safe by the wrappings and the bindings that we have lashed onto it. If we could take the horn, that would be good. If you have ways of keeping the heart safe somewhere here. She sets the tea down again. I can speak.
That's not her, that's you.
Yeah, that's me, that's not her.
She's ad-libbing.
I will inform High Chief Zenith to take whichever cargo that you have that contains it and bring it within the walls. I'm sure we can lock it within the armory or the treasury, or in the catacombs that are below.
Would you like me to send that message myself, Mother?
Sorry, I was like, dear, we're in an anti-magic field. How are you going to do that?
I will
But she will look to you
use the
like,
pigeon, Mother.
On your way out, here, as she actually reaches over and grabs a piece of paper off of a side desk, and kind of just starts scribbling down with what you know, with what you've seen before, very immaculate handwriting of your mother, and quickly in a couple seconds has an entire form filled out. Very simple, but then grabs a stamp and stamps onto it before handing it to you, Vashana. Give that to High Chief Zenith and inform him of the cargo that needs to be carried inside, and I will see to it where it needs to be stored.
Of course.
I know I'll be given an earful by the other matriarchs about this, but it would be bad if we did not have the pieces at least somewhat secure. At least the more dangerous ones somewhat secure.
Thank you again, Mother.
Of course, my daughter. Now, she stands up and looks to all of you. It is late. I would rather not be kept here all night. I do now have extra work I need to be done, that needs to be done and dealt with. But it was good to meet you, Prince Conrad, though as brief it as was. Though I suppose I will be seeing you soon. Yes, that would be good if we could. I would like to speak with the other matriarchs as well, to inform them of the direness of the situation that we find ourselves currently in. Of course. And my dear daughter, though our meeting was brief, I will be seeing you again shortly. I would like to discuss with you matters, and of course hear the stories of your great adventures that you have found yourself on while away from home.
Of course.
And to speak of, no, as she looks to you and places a hand on your shoulder. You have friends now, don't you?
Yes, they are outside the walls and enjoying themselves for the night.
Roll insight check on her again.
Friends? Ugh. More like weaknesses.
24.
You
Seems-
right?
She seems genuinely happy to hear that you've made friends.
Oh, Mom. Oh, Mom.
You can see the slight hint of a smile across her lips.
It's
and
just
then
in her eyes.
And then she finally blinks after 10 minutes.
Mm-hmm. It's the smile's in her eyes, and then she blinks, and it's gone.
Yeah.
More of that shit here.
I will meet with you. I will meet with you on a further date. You know I have my ways of getting in contact with you, dear.
Of course. Please do not hesitate.
Just please inform Kyun to try not to block it out or intercept.
I can't contact him with the field up, Mother.
Yes. As she walks over to the anti-magic field and flips the dragon head statue back forward, and you immediately feel like the wave of magic hit you, and like this buzzing sensation in the back of your head of like someone who's not happy right now.
Yeah, and my hair just immediately like frizzes out, and then I have to tamp it back down. I hate when that happens.
She then looks over to Angelina. You said your name was Anne. As she stands up, Miss Angelina Augustine, Mrs. Atu Helvetil, as she bows again. It was a pleasure to meet you. As she then walks back to her desk. Now, please, be on your way, and please inform again High Chief Zenith of the incidents, and I will inform you of when I wish to meet with you all once more.
Vishana once again curtsies. Of course, Mother. Have a pleasant evening.
You as well, my daughter. Go spend time with your new friends. It is a joy to hear that you have made some now.
Thank you. I will do that.
And just cause it's funny, let's see if Angelina can pick up on stuff.
An 18.
And let's do your mom. They tied. Oh, interesting.
Oh, fuck.
Well, I mean, you gotta give it to Angelina.
I'm gonna roll a D100. Alrighty. Yeah, okay. So, I assume Prince Conrad, when he hears that she has asked him to leave, stands up and looks to her and bows deeply again. Thank you for humbling me on why can't I speak as noble people? It's because I'm not rich and pompous.
Yeah, we're not rich enough.
Not rich enough for this.
We're definitely white enough, but like, just don't have the money part.
But we just don't have any money.
Shit.
The prince does bow once more to your mother, hand over his chest. Thank you once again, Mrs. Helvetial, for humbling me in the lack of knowledge that I have with matters like this. I'm still learning as much as I can. It is only recently that I've been able to get things back in working order back home. Then, as she's going into her documents, like, perhaps if you had a queen with you to help with those, it would have been done sooner, Mr. Conrad. As you see the drow in her starting to come out a little bit.
Yes. And Vishana will just kind of quietly, Mother, would it be alright if Prince Conrad stayed in one of the guest lounges?
Yeah?
Yes. I think it would be better if royalty stayed amongst royalty. No offense, Your Highness.
That is very much not necessary. I'm getting more used to trying to level myself down with the people currently. Well, at least you are indeed humbled, Prince Conrad. I will speak with the matriarchs here. I'm sure one of them would be willing to, as she looks to the prince, find themselves in the company of a handsome man such as yourself. as he starts sweating a bit, it's like, yes, thank you. He's like, wait, no, that's not what you should. Bite your tongue.
Mother, he is spoken for.
As she looks back up, it's like, I know what I said.
Of course. And Vishana immediately just 180s and walks out.
I didn't say anything, Mom. I wasn't questioning you, Mom.
No, 180, walk out.
Yep. And the prince again bows one more time before walking out. And Angelina again bows, walks out. And as the door closes, the prince
will shut the door behind them as they come out.
Both of them. I'll change up the music.
Big exhale.
And it just. Oh my god.
Yeah, both of them. As they just exhales, like as you guys start walking your way down the hallway.
Yeah. As soon as we get like 30 feet away from her chambers, Vishana immediately just like cold and clammy hand grabs Angelina's just super tightly. She's just like, I'm so sorry.
For what? So she just looks at you a little confused.
Forgot to mention that Mother doesn't approve of me liking women.
As she kind of looks to you and puts a hand on her cheek. So that was the weird vibe I got from her.
Yes. Mother believes that I should find a nice man to create a new bloodline with, and yada yada yada. You know, drow.
Yeah, a nice sissy male.
Submissive and
the
readable.
prince, the prince who's walking alongside the two of you is like, well, I suppose that makes sense, and I can see it. If I think about it, if you think about it, in a drow society, two women who hold power in a drow society like that would probably fight over rules and dominance, whereas the men would be subservient.
Of course, which is why, again, I apologize for her sass against you, Your Highness.
No, actually, it was, I don't know what the word I would say, but maybe liberating, in a way? That might not be the right word, but in a way, it's
Your
prove
Highness,
that...
are you an M?
No, it proved that there's a lot more to my leadership that is to be desired, and
Oh.
my status as a nobleman.
Oh, you meant it that way, okay. Whew.
No. Oh, gods, no. Gods, no, please, no. As he's like, I would rather not. Respectfully, you're saying your mother is very attractive, but that's a type of yes. You guys are saying that's a type of intimidating woman that I am not ready for.
Yeah, no. I was saying that for like Espila. Like I was worried about Espila having to like chains and whips and.
Please stop. As he just puts his hand on your back to keep pushing you forward.
Saying I could pick up Thornwhip if he was interested. Just saying. I'll do it for him.
As long as a feeling in the back of her mind that she should start learning how to thorn whip. Just
my 10th level cantrip.
I'll legit pick up Thornwhip just for that.
Yeah, just
I'll
for
dump on
that.
one of my other cantrips just for that.
Who needs to druid craft when you could?
Yeah, whatever.
Nobody likes flowers anyways.
Yeah, whatever. Thornwhip, let's go. New cantrip. All right.
I want you to know the entire time I was looking at her I was looking at her spell list and just be like, man, what can I do that could be just real fun?
But then
It's
you're
like,
like, fuck, I'm in an anti-magic field.
If it's like, oh, if you weren't scared, well, she's got fear for a reason.
Mm-hmm.
But you guys walk out, and in your time speaking with Atu, it does and eventually get to nighttime. Yeah, as you do see. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, Vishana is once they're like back down in the main area, she's immediately going to just turn to the two of them and I'm going to go let Zenith know about the cot. Your Highness, if you would like to find lodgings with us, I could stick around and ride back with some horses, or Angelina and I can head out on the room.
Prince Conrad kind of rubs the back of his head like, honestly, after dealing with proper nobility, I think maybe going back to what I'm used to for now would be nice.
Of course.
A nice regal room, you know, something.
No, he wants to go back to you guys.
Of course, then I will let Zenith know to keep the horses separate and we'll just ride out.
Well, he points to the carriage that's out front. It's like, I still have my stuff in there.
Oh, I thought he was just going to take the guy. You would not believe that this man can carry an entire carriage with one arm.
That is horrifying, and yet I'm intrigued. He decides to walk out with you. It's like, we might as well, if we're going back to the same place, we might as well head back together. If they do accept me here, at the very least I can don back the armor and try to relearn it myself with the ways of proper nobility.
Mother is definitely going to be a challenge for you, but I think Lady Faxima might actually enjoy your company.
Faxima, you said that was the
She is,
Eladrin
yes, she is
matriarch,
the
correct?
Eladrin matriarch. You will know when you see her, as she has this rainbow of a style to her.
I suppose you could say she has a glowing presence to her.
No, she literally, like, her hair is 4 colors.
Ah, I see.
Very progressive, some might say.
As you walk out, the carts, some of the guards are keeping a more of a heavy watch now that it has come to nighttime. You do see that there are small little towers that are put around in various sections of the inside the council walls, with torchlight atop to keep things bright, and kind of like little beacons to be out there. Zenith, who kind of is just kind of like propped at the front with a very large great sword, just kind of like smashed into the ground, leaning on it, talking with 2 of the other guards as they walk. It's like, sir, I know you were in charge, but you try to be more regal. Then it's like, what's that gonna do for me?
Vishana will
Just because you have the blessings of Lady Atu, that does not mean. What do you want to go and talk to her about my behavior? Well, not necessarily.
As soon as Vishana gets close enough, she's going to mind link with him and go, loses his what?
I hate when you do that.
Hello.
He turns to look at you and just gives you a wave before looking to the 2 other guards. All right, go back to your watches, you 2. He's like as the 2 are walking, the one guy who's like, go back to your watches, you 2. Because he thinks he's boss me. Just kind of mumbling. I love the sissy prissy assholes up here. Hey, how'd everything go? Show your pants up there.
Yes. Do you have a spare pair?
Always with me. As he reaches into his always reaches into his bag and grabs like pants that definitely wouldn't fit you.
Yeah.
Keep an extra pair on me just because of your mother.
No, I'm fine. I made her tea and she was quite reasonable.
So you guys heading out now?
Yes, but here, and she hands him the note. Bit of the cargo needs to be securely stored. Mother's orders.
He kind of, and one thing I also forgot to mention is that you can see Zenith's eyes through the visor of his helmet. They are just completely red, almost draconic eyes through just a black visor. That it's the only feature you can see of this person.
Mm-hmm.
Just kind of like swiftly just reads the letter. And it's like, oh gods, happy finally I got used to her fucking cursive. Yep. All right. So, just point me to the cargo, and then we'll see where it goes. Yes, right this way, actually. As Conrad takes Zenith over to the back and opens up, and the biggest crate in the back that is bigger than all the other ones, which is that size because of how big the heart was, and how heavy it is as well. You remember it needed quite a few number of people to push it up and into the actual wagon. She said that would need to be stored somewhere secure, like I suppose she mentioned maybe an armory or a treasury or something like that. Oh, that's all you need. And he reaches in, grabs it, and let's roll an athletics. Let me pull up their character sheets real quick.
Just roll 19 on the die, easy. None of that 20. You don't want to show off too much.
There it is. Ready. And and athletics. Here we go. Rolling. Yeah, so with one hand, this large guard reaches in, just like kind of stinks like the claws of the gauntlet that he has into the wood, and with one hand easily drags it out and just props it onto his shoulder. Roll me, Vashana, to see if you know why. Roll me an Arcana check.
He's a strong boy.
You know that you hear tellings that they may have a belt that enhances strength of some kind.
Yeah, Vashana knows this, but doesn't say anything, and she just kind of leans over to the prince and is like, "I told you could carry a cart with one hand."
Yeah, he's like, "My dear gods in all of the planes." He kind of like is very impressed by that. It's just like,
the Vashana's just like, "The piggyback rides were amazing."
I imagine. And Angelina seeing that is kind of like starting like, wow. just looking up at him. It's like, I'll take this inside. I've got a place I could put it. Anyways, I'll see you around, kid. As he uses his one free hand to just kind of like ruffle your hair.
Thanks, Zenny. Be careful.
You know nothing bad can happen to me. As he starts walking forward into the I always forget into the council hall. Well, I suppose things here are a lot more interesting than I thought they originally were beforehand. I don't think I remember a man like that being here last time I was here. And then she's like, I think I heard stories about a guy like that before.
Zenith has been here as long as I can remember. So, for at least the last 7 years.
I did come here when I was very young, so that was a while ago. He kind of shrugs since. All right, back into the cart as he jumps onto horses and waits for you guys to climb back inside.
Yeah, Vashana will just kind of lift Angelina up and then float up herself.
Yep. And with that, he cracks the reins of the horses and starts making their way back. Angelina by this time would send a message to you, Estlar and Dolkin, to let you know through sending that they've met with Vashana's mother. They temporarily disposed of one of the pieces of the dreaded king, and they'll be back shortly.
Oh,
and around this time,
for that bet.
Wait, what do you say, Islar?
So what does this mean for that bet?
I don't really. I guess
at the end of the last session.
Yeah, Dalton kind of like scratches his head. I guess.
I forget what was the bet again?
If they'll be back by tomorrow at 9, but does this really count? Because they're not coming back. They haven't even left. It's been like a couple hours.
I mean, technically they are coming back before 9, so
you could
technically.
No. I said that they weren't going to be back. You said that they weren't going to be back.
Oh.
So like, if you want, I'm not going to argue. Like, I could definitely like both points. Like, technically this is mute because they're coming back like the same day, so they never really left. But like,
yeah, should I? So.
No. But you did win.
I just him his handshake because it's not tomorrow yet. So the
no, but Dolkin says that. Yeah, Dolkin says that like but like you could argue that like technically they did leave, so that if you wanted to win, he would give you the win.
No, Dolkin, it's fine.
It's not the same if it's not tomorrow morning.
Yeah, it's not the same if there's no sort of will they be here? Will they not?
That is true. You said it's like getting dark outside.
Yeah, around this time it'd be around probably 9:30 to 10 o'clock.
Well,
So would you be sitting sitting and waiting for them to get back, or would you just head to bed for the night?
We had questions to go ask people.
I was hoping we could do stuff while they were. We could go
yeah.
talk to those people whilst this whole thing was going
a whole
on.
hour and a half where I was just talking with Ma. They got shit to do.
Well, I was
yeah, well-
hoping would happen, but I mean, if we can, if you want us to do that tomorrow,
I apologize. No, you are. Well, that depends if you want to wait for them to get back before they do that, or
No,
if you
fuck
want to
them.
go ask
No,
them.
fuck that.
fuck them.
We got shit to do.
We have.
Hey, it wasn't until just now when they realized that they aren't coming back tomorrow. So they got
Yeah,
got
we
like
had-
an hour of doing
So this
shit.
is like before Angelina sends us the message. We're gonna go
Yeah,
talk to people.
we're gonna go out and talk to people.
Okay.
If we're allowed.
Yeah. I'll get you. We'll get. Let's see.
And this way Hank can
with-
do stuff.
Yeah. Within an hour, I will allow you to do to go and try and find or go to where one of your leads are.
Well,
within the hour that
I think we should talk to Howard. Hold on, I wrote his name down.
the dude's
Harvey.
the dude's brother.
Yeah.
See, cause
Harvey. You know the last place he was at was from what people said was he went to the guard station and he didn't come back.
Because what I was going to argue is that we should go to the Dragonborn, Majulius or whatever, Majarthalos. Because what Dolkeen thinks...
Morjathalis.
Yeah, Morjathalis. Because what Dolkeen thinks is that, like, if somebody went to the police and they're being held, they're probably being held for questioning and probably won't be able to be seen.
Wait, is Harvey being held by the police?
Well, he went to the... Well, for what all we know, he went to go see the guards. He hasn't come back.
I'm sure he went to see the guards because his brother was murdered.
Yeah, but you'd think he would be back by now, or at least that's what I would assume, but he isn't.
We can go talk to... I'm fine with talking to either of them.
All right.
You want to flip a coin?
You want to flip a coin, Crystal? I'm fine with either.
I will flip the coin.
All right.
right,
I get to call it, though. I call Tails.
Tails for who?
Tails for Harvey.
Tails for Harvey?
Mhm.
And Tails is 2?
Yes, Tails is 2.
Alright.
All right. I guess we're
Dragonborn
going to go
it
see
is.
Harvey.
What?
No. 2 would have been you went to see Harvey.
2 is
Yeah,
the Tails.
what- Oh, you're doing it as
2 is
one... Oh, okay. She was
One
doing it as not like a D4. She was just rolling a D2. Okay, all right. We're going to go see the Dragonborn then.
Yeah,
No,
I
no,
rolled a
no.
D2.
You rolled it on a D2. It was heads and tails. So,
Yes.
all right. I
Yeah,
get it now.
I wanted
There's
one
two
or the
sides.
other, not 1, 2, 3, 4. That's not a coin.
All right. All right, let's go see the Dragonborn.
Yeah, let's go see Dragonborn.
All right.
I think just
you
we're
wa-
sitting in bed and we're just flipping a coin.
Yeah. You walk out at night and you don't hear anything. You see
The
that
chirping.
there are
Insects.
actually is there nighttime music I could use?
They probably have like a
You have
stock one in here.
Cricket ambience.
Yeah, cricket ambience. I could put on some cricket ambience.
You know what? Does Roll20 have that?
I would assume so.
Tabletop audio night. Let's find. Maybe this. Oh yeah, this'll do.
Yeah, let's hear it.
We'll add that to the game. And let's see. Will this do?
I mean, that is nighttime. I can hear the chirping of insects, birds. It's a little quiet. That's better. Ooh,
We'll have this.
Frogs.
I like this. I can vibe with this.
Yeah, we'll have
I
this,
like it.
and we'll add a little bit of music ambience with it.
Rain.
A little bit of rain.
A little bit of the Silverclaw Forest.
Oh.
Okay.
Sounds like we're in a fucking jungle.
But I like it.
I mean, I'm down for it.
Well, if you're excited, then I'm excited. Though we're going for that. So, You guys walk along the road path that you followed before. There are a few people who are out and about at night, but it does seem that people are now actually starting to group together rather than walking alone, as the guards have gone and told people, as well as a lot of people who were inside the tavern seem to have also been warned ahead of time as well.
You're welcome.
About the disappearances going around. So as you walk, you just ask people, that just pass by about Morta Thalios's house, and they point you in the direction. Head up. You head up to the main crossroads where it goes to the further down the path where we go into the forest, and then the two separating paths that lead into the different farmlands. You follow the one to the left that leads you past a few smaller farmhouses before you get to a larger one that's almost like a little bit of a very nice log cabin. Not much of actually a farm, but almost like propped up right next to it is like a very nice, well-kept barn as well. And you don't see anyone right now, but you do see torchlights outside of the on the front porch.
Do you want to be the one to go knock? I'm not the most I'm not the best looking.
Just stand close by. And I will go knock.
Don't be with you. He just doesn't want to be the first thing that they see. He wants a friendly face.
Yeah.
So Eslar knocks on the door.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, you go ahead, and if I can turn my new expression off, you go ahead and knock on the door. And there's a bit of quiet for a moment before you hear some rustling behind the door, and then very heavy footsteps start approaching as it seems a lock unlocks behind the door, and you see it open up slightly, and you do see a very tall dragonborn, gold dragonborn, stands about 6'4", maybe 6'5". Pretty tall boy, pretty beefy as well. He's definitely works out in the farmlands.
Works the fields all day. Of course he's beefy.
Yeah, he's got a lot of muscle from working plants.
Kind of opens the door and says, "Oh, I saw all of y'all passing on through here earlier today. Can I help all y'all?"
Yes, hold on. Trying to remember his name while also speaking as Astellar killed my brain.
Morgitalis.
Oh, that sucks.
People just call me Maury. That's fine.
Oh, that's a lot easier to say. Not. We had a couple of questions, if you don't mind, if we ask them.
Sure. I suppose if I can help, kind of opens the door and closes it before walking out to the porch. You see there are a couple like rocking chairs there's on the porch. Like, y'all want a seat? I can have my wife grab you some refreshments if you like.
That would be lovely. I'm Astellar, by the way, and this is Delkin.
Still gonna hold his hand out. Hey.
And this is Hank. He's here with us, I assume.
Howdy y'all doing? Hello there, cardboard cutout.
I pull out the one that's waving. Hello, knife here. Oh,
but we didn't take the eyebrows off, so he looks angry.
Yeah, he looks angry. Yeah, he shakes both your hands. Pretty meaty, a little bit scaly, and he kind of like it doesn't keep a good handle on his claws. He's like, "Oh, I'm sorry about that."
Oh,
it's kind of like pricks your hands a little bit. Yeah, he kind of like opens the door and kind of opens the door a little bit. He's like, "Sally, yeah, some guests out here. Do you mind grabbing some tea, maybe? I guess."
It's not being too fancy. We're not gonna try and take a lot of your time up.
I guess the water then be fine. Love you too, as he closes the door. And then takes a seat in a rocking chair. So what can I help you both with?
I'm sure that you are aware of the disappearances that have been happening recently around this part, yes?
Disappearances? I haven't heard from some of my workers around here. I thought they just might be slacking.
Oh,
We're-
no.
And
We are looking into some people who have disappeared within the last 10 days. There seems to have been around 10 people. Did you know a Rodney Momuel?
Momul.
Momo.
That's it.
Rodney? Yeah, that's a good boy. That's a good boy right there. Helps out with the fields a lot. Real hard-working boy. Makes sense. His dad's right hearty son of a bitch. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know him. It's like I like to think I'm like an uncle to him sometimes.
Could you perchance remember the last time you saw him and where he was? His dad, Mr. Roderick, hasn't seen him in 5 days now, so he told us that you were the last person to see him, so figure...
Has it now? Huh. Well, last time I saw him, he was getting around, around afternoon. A little bit of a cloudier day. Kind of gray in the sky, so not much could be done with the field work. Saw him about 4 or 5 days ago, and he went off. Thought he went off home.
Do you remember where in the field this was? Was it more near the forest, or?
He just points off to the left, where you see like wheat and corn fields.
Mm-hmm.
His house and farm is a little bit closer to the edge of the forest than the other farmlands,
Mm-hmm.
but it's not too terribly close. If you do go farther out, where his farmland, it does spread out to where it does get within maybe like 100 feet of the forest edge.
Mm-hmm.
But the actual house and estate is not that close.
Of course.
Maybe like half a mile away from it.
All right. Just checking.
And, well, I mean, if I had to say anything, boy seemed a little more excitable the last few days.
Mm.
But other than that, I can't really say much.
You might know why.
Can't say that I do.
I heard that you had seen him with a girl.
Oh, well, yeah. He kind of scratches the side of his face a little bit. I think I did hear him mumbling something about me and a pretty girl. Maybe that was why I was excited.
Did he say anything else about that, or was that all you heard?
Yeah, well, yeah, you know how young boys are when they start talking about little crushes they got when they first get it. When you're young and in love, kind of just going off, talking about gushy talk. That was kind of the way I was when I met my wife the first time when we started dating. So I kind of stopped listening to every other fifth word that he said.
You mean to tell me you still don't gush about your wife?
Well, I mean, he kind of like
Come on,
kind of like blushed a little bit.
Come on, Morgitalis, come on. I can tell you're a romantic type.
And not in front of other people, I ain't. That's from my wife's ears.
Fair enough.
But yeah, said he met a pretty girl. Was seeing her for a little bit. Said they seem to be hitting it pretty off. I think I met her a couple weeks ago.
You met her?
Yeah. That's at least so I remember him saying.
Any Do you remember anything about her? Like hair, face, feet? Does she have them?
Beat size.
I never saw her.
Oh, you just remember hearing about her.
I just remember hearing about her.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Might have been. I don't know. I thought it might have been one of them pretty city girls.
Well, with the way,
She wasn't from around here.
Say it again.
Yeah, I said she wasn't from around here.
Not that I saw anyone that he could be talking about around here.
Hmm. Duncan's just sitting there scratching his chin. He's thinking at the moment.
Yeah, Estar also is thinking about other things to ask.
Do you have anybody else that you personally know of or can think of that has gone missing? We have a list of names here. Does like
oh
what,
yeah,
like,
we can show him the list.
like would you happen to know where Miss Kathy is? The Mr. Emmett Brown, he was sadly found passed away today. Would you happen to know where maybe Miss Kathy is, or we've heard that Mr. Harvey, his brother, was at the guard station. I don't know if you know any more than we do, but
yeah, I know. Like my own notes again. Yeah, I do know Mr. Emmett, Mr. Brown. I can't say that I've seen his wife anywhere. I don't know anything about Harvey.
okay.
Do you mind if I see that list right there?
Yeah. Duncan will hand over the list. There's a merchant, Bribis Berry Case.
He looks down the list. It's like, huh. Yeah. Chewy and Hoff. He points to the two humans that were missing the previous days. They work for me from time to time. Helps me on my farm. We trade cattle and vegetables sometimes.
And were they well, it says that were they working here about when they left, the 3 days ago, or?
I didn't see them when they left. No.
All right. Where's that water, by the way? I'm a little parched.
Yeah. As you say that, you see another dragonborn lady come out, Silver, with a pitcher of water and a few glasses. And it's like, oh, guess that's very nice.
Ah,
Why, hi there.
you're a lifesaver.
Hello.
My name's Dalkin, by the way, and he'll hold his hand up, but see that she has her hands full, so he'll wait till she does it.
Yeah, she just sets the tray down and gives you both a wave. Well, hi there, nice to meet you. If y'all need anything, just let me know.
Thank you.
And you're welcome. As she walks back inside, you can see Maury just kind of looking at her, just like that. I love that woman kind of look.
I love that woman.
How wholesome, adorable.
But yeah, I can't. As he grabs one of the water glasses and takes a sip, can't say that I know particularly on the details. It's a damn shame. Them boys are going and getting snatched up.
And you make sure to not go and get snatched up yourself. Make sure to head out with like your wife, or just never be out here alone. We don't want I don't want your. I mean, come on. Your wife needs.
Yes. So be careful.
I got everything I need here. As long as me and my wife are here, I'll be safe.
Okay. Just
And
making
if there's anything you ever need, if you happen to see us around, just let us know. We'll be happy to help.
Yeah. Sorry, I couldn't be of any more help to you.
Oh no. You were very helpful.
You helped plenty.
Trust me, like this is good information. We need this.
Right.
I'm gonna take he'll down the water real quick.
Yeah.
Yes, we'll ask the Lord.
Yeah. Kind of nods like right, and he drinks his water too, and stands up. Well, it's getting late for me, so I'm gonna try and settle down with my wife. If you all find out what's going on, Well, more power to you. Help out those around here.
Oh, we'll definitely let the authorities know that when everything's okay again.
Well, thank you.
Thank you for your time.
Yeah, no worries. You can just leave the glasses on the table. We'll grab them in the morning.
Oh, thank you. And Doug will put the glass down and he'll stand up and he'll kind of turn to SLR and be like, I had like, can you come with me for a second?
What's up?
And we're gonna start walking away. I had the craziest idea, and I don't think you're gonna like it. Doug is gonna reach into his bag and he's gonna pull out the vial of human blood. Now, all these people that done gone missing, well, they went missing in his field, right? Or at least close to, or like, just in the field, the forest.
It sounds like they've went missing.
When they were
Probably
isolated.
A little more, when they were out a little in the field, probably easy picking.
So, how good are you with magicking from like far away?
I do have some range.
Here's what I was thinking. I take this. I kind of douse myself with it a little bit, because if they're going after blood, that means they want the scent, right? And if it's fresh, jiggles the bottle, and if it smells like a human, then that means they'll come. And if I have Ma on me, who can stay hidden, and I can have Ma grab at them, and I try to grab them, then maybe we can figure out who it is, or at least get a sight of who it might be. But we can't have everyone else around because obviously it'll make noise, and the reason I'm saying you gotta stay back is because I need them to think that I'm an easy pick.
I think that's a great idea, Cow.
I feel like Hank would be on board for this idea.
I didn't want to.
I have no objections one way or the other.
Elkins, this could potentially be fairly risky.
You think
you understand that, yes?
Oh, well, yeah, I understand that, but the longer we wait, the more risky it is for all the other people in this town, isn't it?
You guys are you guys walking back, or did you stop to talk?
We
imagine.
Would you keep walking, or would you stop and talk?
Look far enough out.
Far enough where we're not gonna be heard. I wanted to walk towards the fields.
I mean, you're in the middle of an empty road surrounded by farmland, and the house is
Then we probably would have
stopped.
stopped.
Then we stop. Yeah, stop.
Okay, just asking.
You can give it a try if you want.
Well, I think and if nothing else, if we don't see anything after maybe 20-30 minutes, we can say successfully that at least if they saw me, maybe it was just me, but if I could see them, then we can or you see them, then we can give a better description for the people.
Right. You know that. We can try it.
I would like you guys to both roll me a perception check real quick.
Can Ma also roll perception?
Sean.
I do have her out. She's just out and about.
Roll it for Hank too. He's perceiving with us.
I'm unfortunately not going to be rolling for Hank.
Yeah.
Ah, damn.
He gave us Ma, who has a +4. So. Oh no.
He has a cardboard cutout. He can't. Really
18, 16, and 10.
All right. Let me roll real quick. All right. Hey. So, as you guys are standing and kind of talking,
we're being very hush hush.
Yeah. As you guys are standing and kind of talking, you do see, or you don't see, you do hear what sounds like, it does sound like rustling, a little bit deeper, in one of the cornfields.
How far is it from where we are currently standing?
Probably about maybe 30 or 40 feet.
And we can't see anything. We could just hear it.
And you just hear rustling.
And Dalton just kind of looks towards SLR.
And SLR will put a little, like a finger to her lips just to signal to Dulkeen to be quiet.
Do you think I should take out the bottle now, or do you want to go see what that is, or should we... You're so quiet.
Is it at this point they get the message? Just kind of startle them in the middle of the field?
Yeah, sure, why not? Dolkin would get it.
So I'd hear her say, on her way back, be back in...
Yep, on the way back, dropped off one of the dangerous pieces, and they'll be back, shortly. At least...
how long is shortly?
She get an estimate of, like, maybe an hour and a half.
We got enough time.
Okay, yeah, we got enough time. Do I get to respond?
Yeah, you
Yes.
got 25 words.
Okay. Thank you for the message, Angelina. Glad everything went well with the
Love
drow.
you, babe. XO.
Meet us at the tavern, please. XOXO, love you.
The love you didn't go through. It was just the XOXO.
So,
All right.
I basically
That'll
just said,
work.
wait for us at the tavern.
Yep, you sent out the message.
And what Dolkin would like to do is, I would like to, me and Ma, I would like to be going first and be very stealthy.
Well, I'm not gonna not use it because I have it and it's fantastic. And there's no reason to not use it.
Hell yeah! So Dolkin would like to go first, like by a large distance, and be stealthy and Ma as well, if we're allowed.
Yeah, go right ahead.
All right.
And I'll try to take Hank and go around like the
Stealth?
other side.
Oh no, that's an 8. Well, that's an 18.
It's an 18?
Well, I'm. You know what? I think I'll use my inspiration on that.
All right.
Because I don't know how perceptive these things are, so, I'd, do a little bit better. Yeah, 20. Soft 20.
That's a little bit better.
It's soft 20 is better. And then Ma, where's her stealth? +6? I mean, come on. I mean, look at this nat 20.
Natural.
Oh, well, yeah, I'm using my reroll on that. Yeah, we're using, well, easy come, easy go. Easy come, easy go.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All of the inspiration right
The
here.
natural 20.
Oh!
Oh, there you go.
I'll have Ma go in front of me because she is clearly very stealthy, and then I will trail behind her.
Yeah. So as you guys move into the cornfield, you are very quiet and very sneaky. And as you move a little bit quietly, whatever's moving through in the cornfield seems to be moving a little bit quickly. Or at least not quickly, but it is moving at a pace that is, outpacing you guys. Then through the cornfield, you're unable to see anything currently.
He can move normally.
I can move normally, though.
He can move normally.
Only P can move normally, though.
Yeah, me and Ma can. So that's fine. I just,
you can leave us in the dust. I don't
yeah,
care.
and I was planning to.
Well, I mean,
Go
it's
for
either he goes ahead of you, or I assume that he's keeping pace with you. Is what I always.
No.
It is always. I always assume if you're going at the pace of someone else.
No.
Goes slower than you.
I would be going at normal speed with Ma. Because I want SR to stay back and just eventually have vision.
Yeah, that's fine. I'll follow behind Dulkeen. I won't try to keep up with him or and if he slows down at all ever, I'll push him forward and be like, keep going, you fuck idiot.
Alrighty, in that case, if you are staying behind Dolkin,
and what I would like to do is I would like to have the bottle of blood in one of my hands.
Mm-hmm.
Not uncorked, I assume.
Or
uncorked.
You know what? I would like to have it uncorked.
All right.
Mad
You're a
man.
mad lad. You're a mad lad.
Super mad lad. Look at this guy over here.
Look at this dude.
Alrighty, then Dolkin, as you hold out the bottle of blood, and start moving through. Whatever's moving ahead of you does not seem to stop and does keep moving forward. And as you get to the end of the cornfield, it does pass through the one end and is just moving through. And as you poke your head out, you see a deer that is kind of walking and moving around.
That just meandered its way into the field.
That is just meandering. However, since you decided to stay behind Estelar, I want you to roll me another perception check.
You got it. A perception.
A big 18.
Estelar.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see.
I'm about to get attacked by something juicy.
Oh, the music.
This wouldn't be the first time I got attacked by a homebrew of Isaiah's when nobody was around. Well, Hank's here with me.
Yeah, Hank would be there.
Not where you got Hank.
Got hog stealth with you.
Estelar, as you are standing there and waiting for Dolkin as he starts moving through. You just keep an eye on just look around just very briefly. And for a moment, your eye catches itself down onto the ground, and you look and you see your footprints, and you see Dolkin's obvious footprints, and then you see another set of footprints that are next to Dolkin's.
Oh fuck.
Oh no. Do they look? How fresh do they look?
They roll a survival check.
That's your best stat, Crystal.
It's literally my best.
Your
stat.
nature. There you go. 15.
They look like they might have just been there seconds ago.
Like as fresh as Dolkeen's as I'm looking at them.
Fresh as my hoof prints.
Uh-oh.
And Dolkin.
Mm-hmm.
As you are standing there, and looking at this deer.
Yeah.
There's a 32 hit.
give me 1 second.
I assume I don't see Dolkeen, or do I see Dolkeen?
It is impossible to see Dolkin where he is right now from where you are.
Yeah, because I can move pretty quick.
Okay.
Smell of blood.
Dolkin, does a
Yes.
25 hit you?
Yes, absolutely.
I knew it was like a 20-something!
My AC is 16 because I don't have my shield.
And this is why we shouldn't have split party.
No, this is exactly why we should have split the party.
So Dolkin,
Yeah.
you are taking 6 points of slashing damage
Okay. 3,
And-
4, 5, 6.
2 points of necrotic damage.
Okay.
As you are looking at the deer and you have open the bottle of blood,
Mm-hmm.
you feel something in the cornfield immediately. It grabs your arm, and just you feel these claws just slash into your wrist. Just 4 gashes go horizontal across your arm and snatch the bottle of blood.
So Dolkin is clearly going to go. Is just gonna be like, ah, and then just and whip his head back around and
You
look at this
around.
and
When you look around, go ahead and roll a perception check.
yes. And could Ma do it as well because she'd be with me.
Yes, she would be able to do it.
Okay, perception with a big ol' fucking boop and boop. 7 and 4.
You both look, and that bottle of blood is gone, and you have no idea whatever attacked you where it is right now.
That is a little concerning. Can I feel it? Wait a second. Could I after it? Because how does this work with like after I was attacked? how does like blind sight work? And I like felt it in that direction.
Unfortunately, you would need to be looking. So, this is where the blind sight comes in, Brandon.
Yeah.
Because while something can't be invisible in front of you,
yes.
something can still sneak. You don't have eyes in the back of your head, unfortunately.
Yeah, but
and something can still stealth through it.
Yeah, I was curious if because I was attacked, after I was attacked, could I feel it like near me?
I will say this: you felt something immediately dashing out,
like
disappear
away from me,
away from you into the cornfield,
back towards where Estelar was.
No.
Ah, well, that's
towards the settlement.
Towards the settlement. Well, at least it's not going towards Estelar. So that is a good sign. That's a good sign. Doug is just gonna he's gonna look for footprints like immediately, and he's gonna be like, Estelar, hi!
I guess hearing Dulkeen.
You hear it.
Yeah, hearing Dulkeen like yelling. I guess there's not much of a point of stealthing anymore. So
and do I see any footprints or anything?
Roll survival check.
Okay. Survival with a big old 13.
You look down at the ground and you see footprints that are following you that were following you. But then after that, it seems there were footprints that were leaving, but you look at them and with how the cornfield is so dense, you easily lose them, unfortunately.
But I know
it seems whatever was moving was taking some pretty
hefty
far
strides.
Steps.
Some hefty strides.
Was taking
got
some pretty
long
hefty
legs.
strides.
And then I come bursting through the corn. It's not Dulkeen.
Dulkeen will just point in the direction, and like he'd be like, and hold his arm and be like, somebody just attacked me. It's heading towards the city right now.
No.
And he'll point in the direction from where it's running. We gotta go.
Do I see the footprints?
Roll a survival check.
Survival.
15.
It's not much
Yikes.
better, but
Well, it's better than 13.
Unfortunately, like Dulkeen, you were able to follow them a little bit, that you know they are heading in the direction of the settlements. But past that, you don't see where they go. Or where they are leading.
Alright. Well, I guess we can just start running in that direction.
Yeah.
Did you see what it was, Dulkeen?
Dulkeen will look down like a little ashamedly and shake his head. And then he'll start and whatever it was, it's moving pretty quick.
Is that it?
Oh, yeah, Dulkeen's gonna start running in the direction
And
where
then we started running.
Alrighty. As you guys start running and go through the cornfield, you do eventually burst out and into a bit of a more open space that is outside, a little closer to the road that you guys came from. That does also lead to the settlement itself. You do see that you look down the ground, you don't see any footprints, and the cornfield does keep going a little bit ways more to where it's closer to the settlements. And what are you guys doing?
You said we don't see any like footprints or anything.
Nope. At least you were unable to track them with those survival checks.
And
Wait, I have an inspiration. Could I re-roll that survival check?
It's a little late.
It is a little late.
Moment is past,
It's fine.
unfortunately.
It's fine. Do we see any movement, like in anything that like is sus looking?
Roll perception check.
Oh, would you like me to roll it as well?
If you want to.
Yeah, I would like to, because I want to see. I want to find this thing.
And if you have
12.
if you have Ma looking out, she's more than free to roll.
Okay, she would be. Perception as well, with a big old 6. She's getting there.
Besides you hear the quiet of the night and the obvious chirping of nighttime animals. Looking around, you can see movement of groups of people. Like you see two people that are walking together. Like another group of three. Seems people are like heading home, at least in the distance you see, but nothing that pops out as suspicious. You don't see anything.
You know what? Aren't there? Well, you said they're all groups of people, so never mind. Where? Because I don't think it'd run into the place.
I also don't think it would run into town.
So it clearly like stay on the outskirts. Is there any like buildings on the outskirts, like on the outside skirting the rim of where we are right now?
Just like homes?
Yeah, like, or anything, any place that it looks like it could easily run to for like to stay out of line of sight. I want to look for things that are.
Yeah, there are buildings immediately like ahead of you, like a good couple 100 feet away, that start up like the outside like the starting point of where the houses of this small settlement would start.
Yeah, and Dolkin's going to or do all of them have their lights off? Because he's gonna go to whichever one does not have their lights off.
A couple of them do.
He will go.
It's mostly torchlight, and whoever has their lights on, or you see a couple people that are kind of just like out on the porches, kind of shooting the shit with each other.
Yeah, Dolkin will go to whichever one does not have a person, like people hanging around it, and maybe has its lights off. If
Alrighty.
any of those fit that description, because I assume this thing is gonna try not to be seen.
Yeah, go right ahead.
Say he's gonna.
You're more than welcome to. There's I say you go to the closest one that does not have any sources of light around it that you can look around.
And he's gonna like head around the back, and he'll have and he's just gonna like look for tracks, or maybe he's going to look for the bottle, because I assume it doesn't care for the bottle.
I think it would have left the blood out of it.
I think it's just once it can't unless it chews on the bottle.
All right, go ahead and roll a perception check.
Perception for me and Ma, because I would like her to look for tracks as well.
Mm-hmm.
And perception for Ma at 21 and 19. And then whatever Estelle would like to do if she was following me, or
Yeah, I would like to. So,
You got
wow,
serious things.
big roller.
big 14.
So Dolkin, as you are looking around the perimeter of this house and having Ma look around as well, you're not seeing any bottle that's lying around. You're also not seeing any blood. But what you do see is that you do eventually find footprints that face forward, not from this building, but as you get over to the other building next to it that does have its lights on, and it does have like a couple that are just they're two women that are just kind of like outside the porches talking to one another. And you do see those what look to be hasty footprints that do then slow down, and then kind of stop on the road. And roll me an intelligence check too.
Sure. Just straight intelligence?
Yes.
Okay, with a big +0. Uh-oh. That's a 3.
It kind of just stops in the middle of the road, or not in the middle of the road, in like the middle of this pathway. But then you do see more footprints ahead of you. But the problem is, it's a congregation of footprints. As it gets to more foot traffic on the main road.
All right, and Dolkin will quickly like call over Estelar and pull Ma over, and we'll start walking over there and be like, and he'll point out the tracks and just be like, look, the tracks go into like the middle of this clearing, and then they just kind of. You said they just stop. Well, they start mingling.
Yeah. Well, it's like you have these footprints, and then there's like a 5-foot space. There's like a 5-foot space between it and like the start of like a the main road's footprints.
Yeah. And then
So it looks like they
Plants
just
around.
stops.
Because I could ask the plants what they saw.
Sure, go right ahead.
while she talks to the plants, I would like to go up to any people that I can see that are in the direction of where the footprints were going.
You don't know where the footprints are going.
Well,
They get lost in the congregation.
yeah, towards the congregation. I want to go towards that congregation and stop someone.
Yeah, you do, and you see the couple, the woman couple that are just kind of on the porch talking with one another as you come out of the alleyway. I assume making your presence known. Their heads turn towards you for a second, what the?
Yeah,
and then just shrug and.
Dolkin lifts his hand up, that lifts his bloody arm up towards them. Ma'ams,
Oh, sir, are you okay? And stands up.
No, just stay where you are. Have you all seen, did you see somebody walking towards the direction of town? Who came from this direction, if anybody?
Someone came from. They kind of look at each other. It's you're the first person we saw around our home.
You haven't seen anybody walking maybe off towards the direction of the town recently? Besides for not big groups of people, obviously.
I can't say that I did. So one woman looks to the other one. It's about you. I saw some of the groups come and go from the tavern, but
maybe any pretty looking women, and any that you can call to mind.
almost like sassy. They both point to the other.
Dolkin will acknowledge the humor of that, and he'll give them a smile.
Sorry. No, I don't think so. What do you mean by pretty?
Well, I guess that's really objective, isn't it?
Sorry, I didn't see anybody.
Shauna did give you the description, Dolkin.
Yeah, well, it was a woman with red hair. So I guess he could say, maybe a woman with red hair, maybe? I guess that could be,
That's why you gotta ask specifics. Oh, they both know. One of them looks over to the other and is yeah, wait, I think I saw a lady with a hood on, and did she have red hair? Yeah, she was walking with she kind of snaps her finger. Yeah, I think I saw someone walking with Mr. Roderick and another guy.
Oh fuck.
Dolkin's face shoots up. Where are they?
They kind of point in the direction of town. I think I saw them walk that way, and maybe I think they turned to left at the main road.
You said he was with someone else, correct?
Yeah, I think so.
Estelar!
Estelar sitting there how are you, plants?
Oh, I'm doing great!
She sounds a lot like Graskuba over there.
Oh, sorry! Oh, I'm sorry! What do you want? Right.
I assume the grass is probably gonna, I'll do it anyway, though.
Go right ahead.
Did you see who made these footprints here?
Oh, yeah! A woman stepped on me and then kind of leapt into the road.
Oh, did you see maybe where she was headed?
Which way is the way of the big wall, I hear?
Big wall. Do I see a big wall?
The
Assume that
city?
Thalios.
The city?
Yes. Okay, big wall. All right.
That whatever direction that way is.
Right. Have you ever seen her around here before?
I don't know.
Okay.
Fair enough. It is a plant.
That is
No.
fair. I really don't have much
Yeah,
beyond that.
it's after that you'd hear Dolkeen like scream your name to get your attention.
Oh, gotta go.
I'm-
Nice talking to you.
And then you'll see Dolkeen with Maw quickly
That was
hurry.
a weird bear.
That was a weird bitch, you mean? Ah, fucking hate humans. And you're gonna see Dolkeen and Maw go towards like the intersection that has the you said it's at the intersection you took a left, right?
Yeah. And around this time, as you guys would be looking around, investigating, and watching around, a certain cart with familiar friends that you would recognize would be coming through the gate and onto the main road. As you see Prince Conrad, as you guys start making your way that way with Angelina and Vashana.
Oh, are they in the direction that we're currently running?
Yes,
Ah,
they're
fantastic.
coming your direction.
Vashana's just got like a little light on the bridle that's where the horses are mounted. So it lights up everything.
That is a very convenient and useful tool right there.
Yes, I picked it up specifically for that.
Well, we don't need them to come where we are going. We need to go where they are coming from. So Dolkeen is just gonna.
We're gonna keep running by them.
As they're running, Vashana just like, is that a minotaur and an angry bear woman and a cardboard cutout of Hank?
Yeah. It's like they immediately like Conrad stops the horse and it kind of just stops the horse. Well, he turns. He's like, "You two, wait, what? Where are you going? I thought you would at least say hello to us."
Oh, he's. I assume we can see the footprints of these three people walking pretty easily because they're walking together, right?
Roll survival check.
All right. Survival. A big old 21.
Let's see. Ooh, okay.
And
You do.
Mm-hmm.
You do see footprints that do kind of lead off in the direction that you spoke of, or the two women spoke of.
Mm-hmm.
And you do follow them down, and then they lead off the road into the grass.
All right. Dolkeen is going to immediately just like with like
and
pulling Eslar behind.
And that's where the tracks stop as the dirt stops and it goes into grass. And in the direction you see, it leads directly past no buildings and into the forest.
Well, Dog is gonna just like look around a little worried, like he's got worry on his face. Do you see anything, Estelar?
I haven't.
Seeing them like fucking panicking, Vashana's just gonna pull out the broom and basically just pull Angelina onto it and just we're going.
And yep. And as you do, you roll perception check for me, Vashana.
Oh, big natural 20.
Big turd.
Actually,
Almost
you know
a
what?
natural 20.
I'll burn a sorcery point since I have extra sorcery points.
A big 9. Well,
I was about to say a 10 was all you needed.
Well,
I'll let you get your sorcery points.
Okay,
but
keep the 10, please.
wow.
But now he's got a 9.
But now he's got a 9. I was like,
He said he rolled before I could say anything.
yeah, it's his own fault. Punish him for it.
No, I like to be
Thank you.
nice.
Thank you.
But as you pull Angelina onto the broom, and the prince just kind of like looks a little confused and worried. And before you start moving towards where Estelar and Dolkeen have gone, you see running down the road towards you guys, looking very frantic. A familiar woman you would know as Stacy that you guys met before, who is the woman who initially told you about all the stuff that was going on.
Vashana, instead of going after where Dolkeen and Estelar are, because it looks like Dolkeen has stopped, will instead dash over to Stacy and just like flying beside her as she's running. What's going on?
Yeah, as she sees you, she just kind of stops and looks at you. Is like, "Oh, Miss Vashana, have you seen my dad?"
Oh, you gotta be fucking kidding me.
I went home. I went home, and my dad wasn't there.
I'm guessing that's what you two are after.
And of an emergency, Vashana.
Yes. We'll do all we can. I don't know exactly what's going on, but we'll do what we can.
Could Tolkien start making his way into the forest?
By yourself.
Well,
I'm gonna go with him.
I mean, if anyone else would like to come.
Seeing that, Vashana's just gonna be like, "I'm sorry, I have to go help," and dash over.
Please
on the
be
floor.
careful.
And Vashana will float like 15 feet above them and just cast light on the bottom of the broom, so it like creates a searchlight below her.
Alrighty. Then, as you guys all start running into the forest, following the direct path of where these tracks have gone, that's where we'll end the session.
Of course.
The cardboard cutout of Hank was left behind at the cart.
Astelar had him under her arm the whole
He'll be
time.
coming with you, and if he wants, he can watch the VOD to know what happens, or I can explain everything that happened to him.
I mean, you're gonna have an intro, so like he'll get it. He'll get it.
Yeah. So, I hope you guys had fun. You guys have some nice intrigue.
I can't wait because now Tolkien has been stabbed. Now he's infected.
Yeah.
And now I'm going to lose my mind and gonna get all the blood sucked out of me.
I was gonna say, little did you know Astelar was setting you up the whole time and is leading you to be eaten by vampire.
I mean, you know, that does suck, but you know, at least I'll die doing what I loved.
Getting sucked.
Being sucked?
Of course, getting sucked.
Well, hope you guys had fun. Try to pull a little bit of different things going on in the places.
Yeah, a bit of different flair.
Tolkien's gonna die next episode.
Yeah,
About
obviously.
time. About fucking time.
Yeah, about fucking time.
Yeah.
I'm sad we didn't get to kill Hank when Chase wasn't even here.
I would never do that.
we could have tossed him out as bait.
Yeah, because I
Don't
wanted,
get him high.
because I was gonna suggest we use Chase as Hank, because you know he actually looks more like a human than Tolkien does, but he wasn't here, so I was like, I'm not gonna just put that idea out there.
I had a moment where I was like, I mean, Astelar's got blood, and she looks the most like a human, but she's not a man, so...
Yeah. Honestly, Vashana looks the most human, but again, not man.
Yeah. I'll also say, the moment you pulled out that bottle of blood and opened it, I'm like, so you have sealed yourself for an attack. Perfect. That works fine for me.
I kind of figured that that's what would happen if he did uncork it.
Yeah,
And it
I mean,
was.
and the original plan is I wanted to like tango with the beast. I was gonna pour it on me.
Unfortunately, you'll see what's going on around here very shortly.
Oh boy.
What if he had poured the blood on himself?
Well,
yeah. Fuck, we have to fight at night. Shit. That's
What?
not good.
What's the problem with night?
I can only. Well, actually, no. I have dark.
You have the goggles.
You had
of
the
night.
goggles.
You can
Yeah.
see.
Angelina, however, cannot.
she is blind as a bat.
That's okay. She just needs to hold on to you.
She needs a constant source of light.
Yeah, except for the spells that she casts.
Just only use haste and whatever. It's fine. Keep recasting haze.
Yeah, just haste forehead.
Fair enough.
Are you ready for this little homebrew that I made? I made this a while ago.
Thankfully, I still have all my third levels, but I was burning my second level and first levels to restore my sorcery points.
And